Hey, yo, Ebony, they might get mad at you for this one, Mama. Take a seat with Ebony, Ebony. We gon' talk about everything, everything. Come get these lies, baby, shake a little rise. Fill up your glass, deep, deep with class. Take a seat with Ebony, Ebony. We gon' talk about everything, everything. Come get these lies, baby, shake a little rise. Fill up your glass, deep, deep with class. Fill up your glass, maybe shake a little eyes. Yeah.
Greetings and salutations, people. Okay, I'm just looking at the Instagram to see if that's working. Uh, we're here today to celebrate me, me, and my birthday because I am turning the big 4 and 8 on tomorrow. Now there should be some special guests that come through here sometime in the next hour or so, and we can shoot the foolishness and all of the good things um, before I get ready to go to bed because I got church in the morning. Boo, 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 boo. So, um, what has been happening, y'all? What's going on? Um, let me put okay. I don't know. This thing is acting crazy, but we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it cute. We gonna keep it pushing. Um, so here's the thing. I don't know how I feel about turning 48, honestly. Like, I feel like I've already skipped past this, and then now I'm already planning for chapter 50. So, like, this is like a placeholder birthday. We gonna see. We're gonna see what chapter 48. I have some goals and plans and things that I want to accomplish um, for chapter 48 that'll help lead me into chapter 49 and 50. But you know, I can't believe like we're the grandmas and grandpas. Like, I feel like I'm not old enough to be the meemaws and the peepaws. I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm old enough. I don't feel like I'm as mature as my mama. And maybe my mama wasn't mature, and now I'm just realizing it just is what it is. Um Hold on, y'all. Let me I'm trying to listen. The prophetess said the husband is coming, so I'll be trying to keep my life in order. Now you don't wanna. Okay, it is really acting the monkey donkey fool around these pieces today. So y'all, I guess what I got. I told y'all this might be a two for one. Y'all remember our good sister Rico D. Casadine was gonna write a book. And so I got the book, and I thought for my birthday As a birthday gift from me to you, I would read the book. Okay. Hold on. Because I'm trying to do too many things at one time, y'all. I'm trying to find the link so I can share it with somebody. And then we're going to get to this book. And um, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So uh, let's let's get over to the Kindle, shall we? And then we're going to read because it's only 33 pages. And I feel like it's not going to be that long of a read. And by the description of the book, it's giving very much a charmed type of situation. Okay. Um, okay. So this is what it looks like. Oh, can you see it? Wait, no, you can't see it. Okay. It's called what's it called? It's called The Enchanting Sister. It's 7 chapters and it's 33 pages. So we're gonna start on page 2 of 33. Y'all see my kid walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so oh, here we go. I hope this is good. Now, chapter 1, The Dreamscape. Before the Enchanting Sisters' 20th birthday approached, they experienced an increasing sense of anticipation and unease. Now, wait a minute. Should we do this now? Or should we wait and we should discuss the reunion first? Six on one hand, half a dozen on the other. Hmm, that is a very good question. Okay, hold on. Because if I don't say something to him, then he gonna cuss me out and be like, "Now, why didn't you tell me?" Okay, all right. So maybe we'll wait for a couple of guests to come in before I get in too deep with Rico and this enchanted sister situation. However, let's discuss part 2 of the reunion for Chasing Orlando. One, I don't think the season was long enough for it to require 2 parts for a reunion. Like they could have squished all of that into one. A part 2 really wasn't needed for all of the dramatizations and things that was going on. I do not believe I do not believe a part 2 to the reunion was absolutely necessary. Yeah. Hey Rico, listen, we gonna read and review your book in a minute. Um, so I appreciate that. Well, I don't even know if I appreciate this, but I do appreciate the fact that they were at the end able to. Everybody seemed to be kumbaya, and everybody seemed to smooth out whatever dramatizations that was going on, even though even though, you know, it seems like some of it felt manufactured to me. It really did. Um, I don't understand. Here's where my miscommunication, my misunderstanding came in for this whole situation. The issue with Marley J And the fact that Marley J did not understand that even though your intent was to calm the situation, thank you, boo. It was to calm the. Hold on. Come on, Patty. Okay. All right. So even though Marley J's intent was to calm the whole situation, if you don't know that person well enough to know if that being aggressive in their face will snap them out of what however far they've gone, when they've gone too far, when they get up to like 99 to 100 where it's about to become physical because you're in an altercation with somebody. Some people don't respond well to you aggressively get in their face to try and calm them down and do all of those things. So I don't understand why he doesn't understand that what he did exacerbated the situation instead of calming it down like that's what you wanted it to do. I don't like I don't understand. Like cuz you if I'm already in an altercation in a heightened state and you aggressively get in my face, now I feel like I have to fight you too. Like I feel like it's 2 on 1 and I feel like I might be in a jumping situation. And now I feel like I gotta put the pause on both you and them because who space are you in like this? Who are you talking to like this? Why do you think that's okay? Why do you think it's okay for you to jump froggy and jump in my face like that? Now Now you looking at me crazy when I knocked the Sonic coins out of you and your dreads are sprinkled across the balcony. Now y'all looking at me like, oh, what you do that for? But you didn't take into account what you did that might have triggered that response from me. And then all this whole time you looking dumb in the face, like I don't understand. I didn't even do anything to him, so why would he? Da 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 da. I really, please, I really want you to be so for real. I really want you to be just so for real in this whole situation. I really do. I really want you to just take the teeniest of comments and bring it back around and bring it right back around. But other than that, the host hosted the outfits. I'm finding it. Just give me a second. I'm finding it. The outfits were fitting, kinda. Um, yeah, that's all I got. The host was hosting and the outfits were fitting for some of them. Um, Pablo giving everybody a framed picture of the cast photo and a sample of his new seasonings. I thought was real cute. It felt really like very. I'm the dad. I'm the patriarch of this whole situation. That's what it was giving me. um. So thank you, nephew. I appreciate you. Um, I am looking forward to a season 2. I am hoping season 2 is longer than season 1 and we really get a chance with more episodes to dig deeper and get to know um, who the people are for real. Because I feel like we didn't really get enough time. I don't feel like the season was long enough for us to get to know everybody and what they really about. It felt very surface level, and it was not enough for me to like pick a side or pick a person or to really feel like I cared about anybody or any of the stuff that they were actually talking about. So I'm praying that season two comes along. Maybe they add a person or two to the cast to help them round it out, and we get to know better the original cast members because I feel like we only got surface stuff. I feel like we didn't really get to learn people's personalities for real. And so when all of this drama came up, it felt like, well, really don't. Well, first of all, the drama that they had wasn't about nothing. However, let me tell you how, even with drama, uh, what you mean 3 parts? It's only 2 parts, ain't it? I only seen 2 parts. There's another part coming out. There's not another part coming out. It's just the two. It's just the two. It has to be just the two. It has to be just the 2 part. There's no way there's a third part to this reunion because what are they gonna? Or unless you're talking about the pre-show with Jamar and Baby Girl, and that's considered like the. I know you lying to me. They ended. The whole reunion is over. Ain't no third part. Ain't no third part. Can't be no third part. It can't be no third part. This, they ended it. The end. Thank y'all for coming and God bless you and good night. It's over. Ain't no third part, baby. I swear for Lord. Where Jamar at? Where my birthday best friend at? There ain't no third part. Ain't no third part. Ain't nobody said nothing about a third part. I don't think that's correct. Ain't no third part. Ain't no third part. Listen, we barely got through the second part. The second part wasn't needed. So how they gonna do a third part? What are they gonna talk about in the third part? There's nothing to talk about. So why would there be a third part? That doesn't even make sense. Hey Tracy. Oh, I love you too, honey bunny. Thank you. Now, y'all, my birthday is actually tomorrow. It's it's tomorrow, November 3rd is my birthday. But we down here to the YouTubes tonight. We down here to the YouTubes. Listen, don't be confusing me, nephew. Don't be confusing me. Cause I was like, wait a minute. Now I know I watched this little funky reunion and it wasn't no third part. Ain't no nothing to be a third part about. Like I said, they barely had enough to. Hey, thank you, Tosh. Listen, ain't they barely stretched it to two. So if they had a three, what they're gonna be doing? Looking at each other. What about I'm going to church? I'm going to see about the Lord. I'm going to see about the Lord. Um, there is like a little spa situation happening, a little massage, a little family dinner, all of that. I'm not doing anything. For these next 2 birthdays, I'm not really doing anything like traveling or anything big because for I want to do something huge for my 50th. Like I'm going out the country. Huge. Now, thank you, KK. So let me explain how even though you can have drama that don't make sense, it really ain't about nothing, but can still capture a whole season and have us picking sides with who we like and who we didn't, which was unsuccessful here in Orlando. Because Cake Gate and I feel like that was the only drama. It's Cake Gate and Who's the King of Orlando was the two dramatizations for the seventh. If we go back to season 1 of Chasing LA and we go to season 1 episode 1, at the end of the episode when they all met at their hamburger Mary's, an official King Payne and what's baby girl's name? I can't think of her name. The chocolate baby. I can't think of her name right now. Got into and Andre got into that huge argument. First of all, it started with King Payne trying to pick at Hershey, talk about he don't know no drag queens that make no money. Well, clearly you don't know no drag queens then, because I know plenty. I know plenty of drag queens. That's what I was trying to do. I know plenty of drag queens who scoop up plenty of money off the floor. And that's where we got the iconic when Andre told King Payne that he looked like Missy Elliott in that puffer coat from the I Can't Stand the Rain video, and then boop 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 boop. Like we got all of that in the first at the end of the first episode, a whole big drama drawn out argument. Listen, hilarious. But it showed everybody. It showed a bunch of people's personality. It showed a bunch of people like what type of time they be on. Cause once Hershey got official King Payne together right quick about his monetary situation, then he was over there just cooling the fan, watching everybody else crash out over some shenanigans and foolishness, and they had that huge drawn out fight that then had ripples throughout the whole season. I feel like Chasing Orlando was trying to recreate that, but it never actually materialized. Like the first confrontation between Cali Boy and Max at the over who are you and how did you get here? I got here the same way you got here. I put in the application to be on the show. What do you mean, sir? That's not how. Like, even though the argument on Chasing LA season 1 really had no basis in anything factual, because they're all strangers, don't nobody know nothing about each other, know nothing. It still came off interesting and juicy and oh my god, what are they doing? Like you niggas just met. Like I had a problem with it back then because you niggas just met each other. Why are we arguing? You just met each other. Like why are we having this long, protracted, drawn out argument if y'all just met each other? And the same thing kind of happened in Orlando, but I feel like Orlando didn't give it enough time to breathe. So Real Life and Music does it with Karma and J Dot, but it's not really watched. Okay, maybe I need to check out Real Life and Music. Maybe that should be me and the straight man's next watch, because y'all know he's a music person and he's an artist. So I think he would probably appreciate it. Okay. Y'all, I got this thing that I put my phone on to charge it, and it don't be charging like I want it to charge. But yeah, I kept waiting for Orlando to grab me, like somebody's personality, somebody I could live for, and be like, oh, I see it for you, blah blah blah, all of those things. And for unfortunately for me, they just never materialized. Like I don't have an issue with anybody on the show, but I absolutely because IT had feedback. Oh no. Okay. I don't know why it has bad feedback. That's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know. I do not. I don't. Nobody grabbed my fancy. I thought I was gonna be live for Gemini because I love a drag queen, and no, that wasn't the answer. And then I thought it was gonna be Ayo, and it wasn't. I'm still looking for the lashes. Where's the website? How am I supposed to purchase these things and have them shipped to me? Sir, what are we doing? Can you only get them your lashes as if you're getting the service done by you? How does that work? Uh, uh, I have questions about the whole thing. I just I want it to be great because I be rooting for them, but I feel like it just wasn't. It just what like I feel like something was missing, and I can't put my finger on it, but it didn't. Orlando didn't run in and capture our imagination like Atlanta did, like Dallas did, like uh, LA did, and I don't know. I don't know. It's over here. And y'all have bad feedback over here too. Hold on, children. Hold on. Ain't nobody said nothing to me. We love Max. I like Max too, even though him and BBL, uh, I can't call that boy BBL Drizzy. Hey Xavier, thank you, boo. What's that child name? Uh, not Brian. I think it's his actual name that his mama gave. Uh, the nervous twerking in the middle of altercations is what be, because I have never, ever, ever nervous twerked in the middle of an altercation. It just never even occurred to me. That thought never even occurred to me. It never even occurred to me that would be an appropriate thing. It just never occurred to me that would be an appropriate thing to do. It just, I did it yesterday. Oh God. You seen it happen on Bad Girls a lot where they just start twerking out the clear blue sky because they nervous and don't know what else to do. Because, I love a good altercation. So, I'd be like this, trying to egg it up. Girl, you going to let her talk to you like that? Especially when you lose the fight and then you start nervous twerking. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. So, let's switch gears for a little bit. That's not the password for this phone. Did y'all see? First of all, I'm gonna try and do this with as much respect as humanly possible that I can give, because both of these men feel like deplorable human beings. But I'm gonna try and be respectful in and how I describe. So, did y'all see the interview between Cam Newton and oh Corey Holcomb? The feedback is bad. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Let me unplug. You pressing too many buttons. Okay, is it still? Are you still getting feedback? And is it like the high pitch? Sometimes your voice is distorted. Okay, no, okay, all right, no problem. Hold your line. Hold your line. It's better. Okay, hold on, friends. Don't even. You're not even going. Sipping in the corner. We finna go to the big mic. We're not even gonna let that stress us today. Not on today. My God, not on today. Okay, let me see if it even recognizes the big mic. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hello. Okay, testing, testing. 1247 2511. Boo 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 boo. 4547. Is that better? Let me know. Y'all let me know. Okay, I'm gonna take these off because I don't have to listen to anybody. I'll put them. I can count. I absolutely can count. I absolutely can count. Hey, baby daddy. Um. So way better. Okay, good. All right, good. So Cam Newton and Corey Holcomb. I know today is the second, sir. I know today is the second, and you know my birthday is tomorrow. So govern yourself accordingly. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brown Mama. Now listen, Corey Holcomb and Cam Newton sat down for an interview. Now I have seen Corey Holcomb do stand up. Baby daddy, there is a method to my madness, and I possibly won't have time to do this tomorrow. So I'm celebrating today with my YouTube family. Is that all right with you, sir? Y'all, my baby daddy done came in here, and I need an Addy for the breakfast order. Tomorrow, listen, make it dinner. No, well, yeah, make it dinner. I'll text you offline, sir. Cause break, I'll be at church. I have to be like at church by like 8:30. So we'll discuss that offline, sir. So Corey Holcomb, back in the day, I used to find that man humorous. Cause when I was a child, I spake as a child, I played as a child. You know, yeah, but that's gonna be at like 1. I'm gonna come home and surely take a nap and do some work things, and then I'm gonna get hungry later, and then you can buy me dinner, sir. Okay. Or you could just send me the cash at me the cash equivalent, and I will find a time to eat or whatever. You know, do whatever the Lord sets forth in your heart, sir. Um. So yes, but as I got older, yes, sir. So as I've gotten older, I do not find him to be funny, humorous in any way, shape, form, or fashion. In fact, it feels like every time he pops up in the national consciousness or the social media sphere, it's for something absolutely crazy. First, it was that thing with Tiffany Haddish and that skit he did with them children and the PDF file allegations, and he still stands 10 toes down behind the fact that he thinks it's funny. Uh, and he has a podcast where he continues to. Oh, that was Aries Spears. Oh, they're both ugly and black, so that I get them mixed up. My bad. My bad. My bad. Corey is the one with the podcast who be on there just saying crazy stuff about black women all the time. It like feels And it's not, and it there's a maliciousness behind the things that he be saying that make me feel like it is unsafe. It feels unsafe to get in the elevator with him at night. Like that's the kind of vibes that he be giving off. It gives real daughter. Y'all remember that movie Evil where the people were stuck in the elevator with the devil? Them the kind of vibes he give off. Like if you get in the elevator with him, you're not safe. Put your back up against the wall and keep your phone in front of you and be on a conversation. So don't take your eyes off of him in any way, shape, form, or fashion while you are in his presence because it might not be okay. That's what he doesn't give me any safe type of vibes in any way, shape, form, or fashion. At night, during the morning, at dusk, even if he do nothing, he probably smells bad. He does look like he smells sour. Now, why? My first question in regards to this Corey Holcomb Cam Newton interview is why are they both dressed up like they are a part of the Lollipop Guild? The Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. Why are they dressed like they both a part of the Lollipop Guild? And they want to welcome you to Munchkin Land. Like I don't like. Okay, these men just they look crazy. Like, and I know, I guess he's eccentric because Cam Newton has been known to dress like somebody who needs to maybe have a little small stint at Arkham. Somebody needs to 5150 him to understand what he got going on because he be doing wearing crazy stuff that make me think, are you okay? Is everything all right over there where you at? Are you sure? Because it feels like everything is not okay where you be at. And we just want to make sure that you're okay. All right, look at this ink blot and tell me what you see. That's how Cam Newton's be dressing. Xavier, please. Because I feel like if he had some short pants on, his knees would be ashy like Mr. Brown. So we know Cam Newton not to be also not to be a safe space. We also know that he does not it feels as if he does not honor or respect women, at least not the women in his life. He done had 1,600 children by 1,500 women. And that poor Jasmine girl who he's in I don't know what they're in. I'm gonna say a situationship. I don't know because I don't know what that relationship is because there is no way on my good God's green earth. Like, in order for me, that is not listen. That is not a piece of luggage I would like to be claimed as. Honestly, his claimed girlfriend is not. That's not a position. That's not a position that I would even aspire to want to be. That's not a club I want to be in because clearly, in order to be, oh, thank you, husbands. I appreciate you. In order for you to be his claimed girlfriend, you have to be okay with him stepping outside your relationship to the point where he's getting other women pregnant and then bringing these babies back to your house because you're the bonus mom and taking care of all of the children that he has created outside of your relationship, plus the child that y'all created together because you're the bonus mom. And I don't want that job. I don't, it doesn't look like it's been like, what? And then then Jasmine don't love herself. I don't know what she got going on. She need to maybe go do a stint at Arkham as well and talk to Thank you, Markel, and talk to somebody as well. Cause why are you okay with this? Why are you okay with accepting this from this man who looks like a demented Willy Wonka all the time? Like some people are just not made for marriage, and that's fine, and that's okay, and that's okay. But this nigga says he is actively searching for his wife while he is absolutely in a relationship with this girl. So you mean to tell me you done installed me into this house and I am doing the cooking, the cleaning, paying half. I feel like they go 50-50, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know that to be true, but that feels correct to me. You going 50-50, you taking care of yourself, him, and the bonus children and your children. Uh you're making all the meals from scratch like your name is Nara Smith. You're packing the lunches, you washing and ironing his drawers and his Mickey Mouse costumes and felt hats that he wear every day. And you doing all of this. And this nigga, you doing back flips and deep throating to the point where your voice is raspy because and you mean to tell me that you still doing all of these things for this man who has clearly said to you and to anybody who would listen, he got on the interwebs and told everybody on a loud ass microphone he is still looking for his wife because he hasn't found her yet, even though you are doing all of the wife things in the interim. So, my question then becomes what is going to happen once he finds his wife? What does that mean for you, Sugarfoot? That means that you have wasted all of these good coochie years on this nigga who wasn't never gonna put a ring on your finger, if that's so your heart's desire. And it seems to be that's what your heart's desire is, because you think you're the wife because you're doing all the wifely things. And you absolutely are residing, walking forth, um, manifesting in your wife spiritual lane, but clearly you're not that man's wife. So I don't know why he is reaping all the benefits of all of your wifely attributes if you're not his wife. If he's come upon you and he's found you, he found a wife, he found a good thing. Question is, were you his wife? Clearly the answer is no. So he needs to let you go so another man can find you his good thing. Why are y'all still, if you still looking for, why aren't you still in a relationship with her? Like I don't like y'all help me understand. Maybe it's the nature of me getting older, but none of that computes for me. I'm adding, if you got 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 5 plus 5 equals 10, then what in the absolute finnuck is he talking about? What is he saying? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And I know some men live to embarrass women. I was married to a man that I felt like that he could hear when I was giving him accolades to somebody. Because as soon as I gave that man any accolades, oh, he's a good man at doing this, he's a good dad, blah, 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 he absolutely turned around and showed his complete ass to me. Why I want to talk to some men. Why do y'all do that? Like, can y'all hear us talking well of you and just like and something in your whole inner being be like, oh, she is speaking highly of me and telling somebody all this and all that and how wonderful I am to her and what I do. Let me go show her to be a liar and embarrass her. Like I don't. How did we end up like this? Is a good way. Couldn't be me. Like, and I will say this. Let me preface it by saying this before. Here's the thing. Yes, it's embarrassing. If I am speaking highly of you as my man, and we're in a relationship, and people know we're in a relationship, and then you turn around and do something contrary to what I was just praising you for, you embarrassing me. Because I just told Sister Sally from down to the church, oh, my husband is wonderful. Let me tell you what he did for me and the children, blah, blah, bloom, bloody blue. And then before I could get home or good, before I can pull in the driveway good, you done did or said something to totally negate and do the exact opposite of what I just said about you and how I was giving you your flowers and bigging up in you as my nigga. Like, that's embarrassing. Cause I was just singing your praises. I was giving you your flowers. I was big up in you. I was, I was buying in to the representation that you were giving me. I was taking you at your word. I was looking at what you're doing and being and like, I appreciate this. Thank you for doing this for me. Thank you for being this in our lives. You know, all of the things. But then you turn right around and then give me your whole behind the kiss. Jasmine knew the deal. She signed up to be the master server. Listen, hey Loretta, like I sure okay, baby. I just like I hey Pinky Tinky. This is how niggas get wah baloo bam bop bambooed upside their head. This is how women end up on Snapped, because you do all of these wonderful things and put us in, you know, you put us in an environment where we think we're safe and we can trust you and we can lean and depend on you. At the moment we do so, you step out the way. It's that trust fall. Like, we have done the assignments, we've done the things, and then we're going to do the trust fall, and then I go to fall and trusting that you're going to catch me, and you step back and watch me fall on my face. That's what it feels like. That's exactly what that feels like. Like, how, nigga, how? Why would you do that? You're not getting no juice. Not no juice, Tootie. If you're done, go put it down on my desk. Do not get on camera. You got to close. Okay. Sit down. Sit. He was gonna try and get on camera. Tootie. And right. And she was like, well, I choose. I know my man, and I know he can go out aside of our relationship and then come back, and we still good because we talk to each other and we know. So you okay? You're okay with him not keeping his peen to himself, is what you're saying to me. That's what you're saying to me, daughter. You're okay with community peen. Now, I am going to say this. There are people who are polyamorous, poly that believe in polygamy and all of those things. And for some people, fidelity is not a line in the sand for them. It's different for me. What I can take in a relationship is not going to be what you can take. Thank you, unapologetically, Romel. We not gonna take the same things in a relationship. It's just not what's going to That's just not what's going to happen. But if you're okay with your man never being faithful to you, and you just keep collecting his kids like Pokemon cards in the house, I guess, and you okay with it, then all right. Like I don't. I think in any relationship, it should be some type. It should be. It should be like. But you need to. There are certain hard and fast rules, like your non-negotiables. You need to set forth those at the beginning. Because if my non-negotiables is something that you don't think that you can do, then thank you, your little raggedy son. I texted him, but I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him right where he is because he done pop locked and dropped my all my last nerves today. Whether it's authentically good or it's still authentic, exactly right. Show me who you are, and then give me the decision and whether or not I can deal with this or whether I'm willing to deal with it. Just give me the opportunity to make the choice of whether or not I want to deal with your foolishness. You might not want to deal with my foolishness. You might not like the fact that if I'm reading a book, I probably can't hear you. You probably gonna have to wave your hand over the screen so that I can hear what you're saying to me because I'm that engrossed in the book. You might not like that. That might be a deal breaker for you. But I'm gonna let you know that before. Listen, I'm an avid reader. When I get to read, sometimes I get completely lost. You could be having a whole conversation with me. I won't even hear. I won't even know you're in the room, friend. So sorry. Tap on the book or something. Let me know. Listen, it's not even ma. It's not even a fight. It's not even a fight. Your son, because he's your son today. He's not even my friend today. He's your son. Your son came to the live hours early. He came 5 o'clock. I don't know. I told him it was 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock my time would be 5 o'clock his time. So why would he be there 3 o'clock my time? Five. I don't understand. And then when I told him, I sent him a text message when I went live. I was like, okay, I'm live now. And he was like, so okay, fine. I'm not. I love you. Clearly you're in your feelings, and I'm gonna leave you in your feelings over there. Not gonna do that with you. So it is what it is. I still love him, and I will probably cuss him out tomorrow. I'm sure. I'm gonna leave him several videos because I feel like he's not gonna answer when I FaceTime him later. So I'm gonna leave him several videos to cuss him. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. But anyway, I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked by that girl saying that she wanna be that man's piece for no good damn reason. Um, because I wanted to talk about that nigga Corey Holcomb and what he said. And when Cam Newton is this screwed up and he is never giving the correct source of information or the correct answer in these situations, when you say something and Cam Newton look at you like, nigga, what is you talking about? That should give you an indication of how far gone you are, sir. That should absolutely give you an indication of how far gone you are. If Cam Newton is looking at you like, um, nigga, what you've done uh,
Women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, fuck you, Corey, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time, it even out. I don't really need a lot of their time. And they don't tell me to fuck off because they know when I come over, they children can get some hold up, goddamn, some outlet Jordans. Outlet Gucci. Yeah. Outlet Gucci. But how you speak of women, right? Where you want control. Is there ever I want control that is taken by force? I want control because I'm the one who is the leader of the pack, naturally. So could you see yourself in a situation where
that's what I
a
said,
woman
Xavier.
makes as much as you or more than you? I like women who make money, just I can't do nothing with you other than sleep with you. If you could take care of yourself, you're going to think you could talk to me. I don't like you talking to me a lot. I know you got your own money and all like that. So if you want to, we can hook up, hang out, do that for a minute. But I'm saying girls in poverty, because they have a deficiency. Poverty is a deficiency out here in America. I can fix your little deficiency if you do what I want you to do. I think it's an even exchange. Yeah, but do you see how that comes off as no? How does it come off? It's this. Look, we're exchanging services. Okay, but that's not prostitution. It's all prostitution. What's not prostitution? The only woman who not prostituting not a woman that's married to their husband. Everything else you owe. Women in poverty, I can control. If you don't argue with your woman, every once in a while, don't ever hurt your woman. Don't ever punch your woman or nothing. Sometimes you got to hold her head to the glass just to let her know you're stronger than her. If she don't know you're stronger than her, she going to talk crazy. Hold her head to the glass. I mean, even if she called a cop, ain't no proof you held her head to the glass. At least that's how I live. Hold her head to the glass. When they see they really can't lift their head, I mean, do this again, they be like, okay. That's what it's all about. Male dominance. You gotta establish male dominance if you care about your woman. If you're around your woman and she think that you are equal to her, you're gonna have to put up with the bullshit. Every girl I've been with over 6 months, head to the glass. Go ahead, Cam. My bad. I ain't mean to get carried away. I'm a little fired up because I'm here with you, brother. One of the best to ever do it, by the way. Cam Newton right here. So, was this a joke or was this the truth? You holding somebody's head to the window. I would never hold a girl head to the window unless she had it coming.
Unless she had it coming.
So are you saying, Mr. Newton, you have never had to physically discipline a woman? Never. Oh my God. Because I'm going to tell you, in my situation, you can't. Somebody would have came out and said, Cam has physically abused me. You got to get a sister that beat bitches up. You got to get you a girl on deck that you say, hey, this bitch got her hands, so she go handle them. Because, Cam, do you know nice guys really finish last in this Western world? Oh, for sure. If you don't argue with your woman, and every once in a while, don't ever hurt your woman. Don't ever punch your woman or nothing. Sometimes.
I just. First. Yeah. Yeah, you heard right, like a child. Not my kid making an appearance. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out where is the space where it'll start charging my phone. Because it's always my phone. Don't want to charge when I need it to charge. Oh, it would also help if it was plugged in. My God, on today. Um, yeah, he said discipline as in a child, as in like if you need to be, because why is your po ass talking back to me? That's why I have the fact that I am 100 air and you are not. And so I can buy your baby some outlet Nikes means that I can talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way, and you bet not talk back to me or even voice an opinion, or I'm gonna hold your face to the glass until you realize that that's not what you want to do. The way I would be in poverty and still box you the fuck down, because who are you talking to, sir? I would like to talk to the women who've been in relation with that man. Cut it out. I would absolutely 100% like to talk to the women who've been with this. Oh Lord, he hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Hi, friend.
Salutations, beloved nigga. How are you?
Oh, beloved nigga, it's crazy. Happy birthday, friend. Happy birthday to you.
I can't. Okay. All right.
Oh,
That's what we doing. Oh, you came after you acted ugly to me earlier. See how you do. I know your.
happy birthday, friend.
Oh my god. Happy birthday, friend. Linkity clinkety.
That's little.
Wow. It is liquor. It is absolutely liquor. So welcome in, friend. Welcome in.
What y'all talking about?
Well, right now we talking about Corey Holcomb and how somebody needs
Why are we
to.
listening to this nigga? Why does he still have a platform?
I was just gonna say
This nigga, this mama, all these niggas who don't like women, your mama, your aunties, and your grandmas did not do you any justice. I have been saying for years, I like women. You niggas just like to fuck women, and it shows.
I was just gonna say maybe somebody could slip a little insulin under his tongue while he's sleeping. I mean,
Again, I enjoy women. Y'all the ambiance. If I'm in a soup, hey, get the hookah and the liquor. I need ambiance, not you niggas. Xavier, I couldn't agree more. I've been saying for years. I've been saying for years. Hey, mama, I've been saying for years.
what you been saying for years, friend?
A lot of these niggas is gay. Repressed butch queen, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. I don't understand. Your mother is a woman. Your auntie is a woman. Your play auntie is a woman, and a black woman at that. So make it make sense.
Not your play auntie.
You know your mama best friend. Kids instantly become your cousin. You know how many nigga cousins I got running around here?
Understandable, because I have several. Several.
You can't tell us we're not related at this point.
Stop.
But that's what we talking about, Corey Holcomb.
Yeah, that's what we was talking. Listen, thank you, Smoke Dragon. Listen, yeah, that's what we was chatting about. Corey and just the literal audacity. Like, sir, you look like a bag of Starbucks threw up all over your clothes. Why? Who? This I can tell he don't have no weird women in his life for real, whose opinion he listens to or take into consideration, because I could tell by how you dress.
Oh, I was about to say the same thing. I was literally I said, you don't have a single sister around you who fucks with you for real, or that you fuck with for real. And it shows, because your fits don't be fitting the way you think they be fitting. And I'll be out here crispy. I'm talking about, I walk out the house so clean. If I got something a little bit out of place, I'd be in random. But if a woman is going to correct my outfit, I'm talking about a button out of place, something like that, it'll be a sister. And I'm going to listen. Baby, here. We know he smell. He probably smell like weed and cologne.
He smell like musty balls, because he doesn't look like he knows how to wash properly or to dry properly. Let me say this: he may put some water and soap down there, but I don't think he's drying it appropriately.
Man, you better apply that ball deodorant. Stop playing.
He smells like ball gravy, and we don't want that. We absolutely do not want that. We don't ever.
Yeah, I don't even. Like I said, these niggas are weird. I don't approve. These niggas are weird. I don't understand. Like, I stopped kicking around black men a long time ago who disrespected black women for like years ago. But now it's apparent. Again, like I said, you niggas just like to fuck women, and I think it's weird.
And you don't like us for real.
And then the group of men that you hang around aren't even doing dope things like you do. So you're the only millionaire you hang around. You ain't around other people who trying to push and grow and get to where you at.
I got a little like piece of regular money, and I'm the broke friend right now, and I'm okay with that because I know my level up is by just association is gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I just had shout out to my boy Coach. He just spent he just dropped 20,000 to be on that show, Above Deck or Below Deck, the TV the reality show Below Deck. I said, how
On the
much?
boat?
Yeah, on the boat, 10 apiece. It wasn't 10 for two. It wasn't a two for it was a piece. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I'm gonna have it, but I ain't got it. But I'm saying like that has to, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Thank you, Nay. Thank you so Jeff.
You know why? You know why? You know why, Xavier? I'm gonna tell you exactly why Corey's still around. Corey has an underground cult following. Corey's like a he's like that rapper that was always talking about Eazy-E's wife. He just had a cult following.
Who was talking about Eazy?
Nah, you hilarious. What the dude who used to Hopskin is his name. I think is his name. And he used to put on the colored contacts and all the other stuff. And it's like he was saying wild stuff that should have got him canceled, but he had a cult following. Speaking of cult following and being canceled, I think your boy is done.
Who?
Chris Brown, your favorite person in the world.
Oh, he should have been
there.
there.
Because HBO just dropped a documentary about him.
I saw it. I
started watching it. I said, "Oh Lord."
Brand, I tried to tell you.
I ain't listening. I stopped listening, friend. You know how hard that is.
Listen, it ain't that hard. Every time you listen, when you listen to his music, think of what he did to Karuchi and all them other girls that say and apply what he did to your sisters, and then tell me, do you still want to see him hop around on the stage and sing a song?
Yeah, they was paying $1,100. I was paying $1,100 to take a photo. I said, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad at that. But again, he already doesn't have like a big, like quote unquote major audience. He's you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But regardless, I was like, oh, he might, my boy, them streams might slow down, my boy.
You stupid. Like I can appreciate somebody's talent and also understand that they are nuttier than the fruitcake.
Here is my thing. We can't create another Diddy or another Robert Kelly or another James Brown, even Mike, for that matter. We can't create because Michael Jackson's documentary on HBO. It sounded like two angry ex-wives to me, but that's a different story. Well, it did.
Trying to make him live. Oh no! All the things. Tosh, I'm sorry. That boy is crazy. I don't care if he gang and claiming Pyru and all of the things that he likes to do, and all of those things. Anytime a judge grants a lifetime restraining order for your entirety of your life because you wouldn't leave, not only for the person that you was messing with, but for her parents, her brothers, and her friends, because you wouldn't leave none of them alone. You kept harassing them people. The judge said, you are out of your monkey ass mind and somebody's got to stop you. So leave them people alone.
Nice monkey ass mind, friend.
Okay, and you say they over there trying to make him look bad. Okay, repeating what he has done is not trying to make him look bad. That's what he did. Like it just is what it is. Like I don't know. Well,
I'm only a few minutes in, but apparently there's a surprise witness who ain't never spoke out about nothing. So, 'tis the season. Like I said, my only issue, I don't want to create another Diddy because essentially we created another Diddy because we've been hearing about Diddy and parties and him being crazy for years.
Well, I didn't because I didn't normally pay attention to this type of stuff because I don't be caring about.
Remember, 18 years ago, Bishop Cat Williams got on service and said he saw Professor Ogilvy at the Diddy party doing stuff with me, and so
Once
we
again, now if okay, let me preface this by saying that when I was a wife and active in my wifeship, none of that. I wasn't listen. I wasn't social media. I wasn't
now.
none of that.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. I
Go
understand.
ahead.
He was no. So it was. So what Xavier just said. I heard about that. So Xavier, I heard about that too. So I'm not. Again, I just started, but the way they talking like they coming with like actual factuals. I even watched a documentary Chris Brown did on Netflix. But enough about Chris. That Diddy stuff though, they've been saying it for years. And mind you, the only reason why I know about the Cat Williams thing is we watched that DVD religiously, and he was talking about Professor Ogilvy was on there and doing stuff. And then Columbus Short came out about what was it, a year and a half ago? When did all this first start?
I don't know. I don't know. The first time I saw um let me think. The first time I saw something about Chris Brown where it actually because stuff has to be huge in order to get my notice.
What you think?
Because I don't be paying attention. And people be
Mhm.
like, you ain't see such and such. I be like, girl, no, I missed the whole thing. What happened? Okay, what? Okay. Um, I just I just want people to stop pandering and fluffing up people because they are talented and just skip the fact that they are a horrible human being because they can string three notes together and do a run.
I mean, first off, I got a solid 3 notes. Second, it is only really work in the world because at church that throw you away for a half a rumor and a weird email.
I also need to send you the Larry Reed live interview with the man talk about TD Jakes tried to kiss him and then told the man that he's when he's in town, he's the only person that he can sleep with, and even when he's not in town, he's the only one that he can sleep with because he can't bring nothing back to his wife.
Can I be real with you?
I'm sorry, excuse me.
I believe it. I'm gonna tell you why. I won't say who, but I got a friend who was singing with another with a huge gospel artist. So this is her world, and it's confirmed. She said, and I because we were talking one day. She said, I said, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't listened to Bishop since all that stuff came out. She said, I don't, I haven't watched him in years. I said, what you mean? She goes, I can't take no man serious who like to be bent over on Saturday but want to stand up on Sunday in front of a pulpit. I'll leave it at that.
My thing is, if that's what you like, and if you're gay, then be gay
Oh, of
outwardly
course,
and
I
all of
will do
those
that.
things because we have no heaven or hell to put you in.
No, I don't.
If you're called to discipleship, if you're called to be a preacher, a pastor, and you can still be gay and all of those things still be correct and true about you.
Hmm.
It just is what it is. I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in, so I listen.
No,
You gonna do whatever,
but don't do the
but don't be
don't
have a
don't don't be
wife.
like Bishop Eddie Long. That's my thing. Don't be on the Bishop Eddie Long stuff where you trying to control people and because I mean I can't say who's been in them over Xavier. I just like it's very confirmed. I
Oh,
have a
so
fantastic
you
reason.
doing the bending.
Yeah, he's what they call a power bottom.
I just
I've been learning new things.
listen. I have been told I top from the bottom all the time. That's it's too much. It's too much. First of all, I don't I don't get the preacher attractiveness. I don't know. Maybe it's because my family is full of
She said
preachers.
I've been told I y'all this is crazy.
Go and have another drink. I don't get the allure of the preacher pastor thing. I don't get that. I don't find them attractive. In fact, when I was a member of one church and we had a retreat, and our pastor came down to, we was having the breakfast, and the pastor came down and he was in like a gym shirt and some shorts, and he had some Nike flip-flops on with no socks, and the fact that I could see his toes, I was so disturbed. I
Really?
no.
I ain't gonna lie, it be hot out here. I be having my toes out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have time.
It had nothing to do with his actual it's just it was my pastor, and ill. Why would you that put some socks on? Why lead singer attractive, head usher sometimes attractive, but pastor, I've never seen it. Me neither. I don't get it. I don't never see it. I don't never see it. And I think the Lord put that on me. I think a lot of us noticed the move to
We're not gonna talk
and
about it.
listen.
I mean, we're not gonna. I mean,
Listen,
I'll,
there are certain weekends. If your man said he going to Atlanta or DC, you need to be concerned. There are certain weekends of the year. If that nigga say he going to DC, or he say he going to Atlanta during those
mhm.
specific times of the year.
Man, look, like I said, like hey, like I
Thank you,
said,
Marco. Baby.
I, I'm rocking with whoever rocking with me. I'm not tripping off of nobody who want to do whatever, but we're not gonna do is my issue is the abuse. There should never
Absolutely.
be abuse or
If
conditioning that comes along with. And the problem is, and this is coming from somebody who used to be a college pastor, you have a certain level of influence and trust. And because of that, you have to be incredibly careful with everything you do, what you say, what you wear. There's a reason why, for me, why I hadn't gone. Because I don't want to have that. I don't want to deal with that. I also don't feel like I have enough of a community around me to even do anything like that again in my life right now. So for me, it's like I love being able to serve at the capacity that I serve on. If I get asked to, come through here and there, I'll absolutely say yes to it. But for me, like, you need real protection, accountability. Like, you need real community to do this and do this without scandal. And shout out to all the and shout out to the pastors who don't have any scandals. They ain't said nothing weird or unbiblical. They ain't gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to all y'all, because we don't talk about y'all enough. We talk about all the salaciousness going on, but we never shout out to just regular old, like, you do your thing and go home, pastor. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my childhood pastor, Bishop M. Lovelace. Love you, man. Love you, man. You raised the monster. You're a part of the problem. Because my
not
pastor told me he did. He would preach from the pulpit and he would say, "Go read it for yourself. Don't believe me." And that's why y'all can't bamboozle me now. I know a pimp when I
exactly.
see one.
Uh, not a pimp.
I
Father
know a
God.
pimp when I see one.
I appreciate it. I try my best to keep my paper clean. Listen. 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 I don't know that. Uh, like, I know I have a calling on my life. I know I'm in ministry. I know all of these things. I don't know that First Lady is in
For you, that's again, that's a lot of work.
need to be worried about Puerto Rico and those Virgin Islands. Listen, I'm trying to get to the Virgin
First
Islands.
off, sir, I ain't been there yet. So
I done been to the Puerto Rico and had a lovely time. I'm trying to get to the Virgin Islands as we speak.
he said Puerto Rico, man. What that? Like, look, what does that say again? What?
Xavier,
Ooh.
I'm trying to help the novices, the ones who that's the easy
You know what's funny?
indicator.
I ain't never once been like, I want to go visit Atlanta. I mean, I live there. That's why. I've lived in Atlanta before. That's really what it is.
I got people in Atlanta.
My sister got people in Atlanta. Fun fact: Chris Brown's supposed to be my sister cousin. Is our real life cousin. Really's backstage, mama.
Ma'am,
Hey,
greetings.
hey, can y'all hear
Hey.
me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought I would be at the hotel chilling and be able to come on and hang out, but we literally been in traffic and we're just getting to the restaurant and they're playing music, so I don't want your live to get struck. So I'm out in the hall, like I gotta at least jump on and say happy birthday to my boo.
Thank
But
you.
yeah,
Listen, yo, like once again, you don't know how to sit your butt down. Every time I turn around, you somewhere off
I
in
don't know
the
what you speak
wild.
of. I don't know what you speak of, man.
Uh,
Ma'am, you was just in Kentucky. And then before that, you was somewhere else. I can't put my finger on it, but you was somewhere else. And then you was somewhere else again. So I don't understand why you don't understand.
I'm in New Jersey. It's not that big of a deal. I just drove up the road a couple of hours.
I be forgetting y'all on the state. Y'all cross state lines way faster than I can. I be forgetting
Yeah,
y'all
you
can do it.
gotta.
I
Well,
can't do that.
well, like it ain't really too much above you and below you. You just take up the whole fucking West Coast.
No, you're right. You're
Exactly.
right.
Look, even
But
your
Washington's spot though. So don't sleep on it.
listen, your niece is like, where is she now? She in New Jersey now. That's where she
Wait a
at.
minute, not my niece talking about where is she?
That's how I know you don't know how to sit your butt down somewhere. That's right there.
I really felt like I told her I was going. I'm going to the football game. I really felt like you knew that information.
She knew that information. I did not. I was under. You probably said it and I missed it.
Not really be as Black Karma San Diego.
They said you got to get permission from a parole officer to be moving around like you do.
Ain't no parole officers over this way. Not yet. Not
Oh,
yet.
not.
No.
Well,
Does that mean we have to have a
well,
conversation?
no, not at all. Ain't no
Uh,
common child. Ain't
uh,
nothing changed.
okay.
Ain't nothing changed. Not just fast ass. Jonathan, where the hell you been? How about that?
He been moving around too. He every time I turn around, he's
Hmm.
somewhere. We haven't done it
I
yet.
can't talk.
We haven't
I'm
done it yet, Rico.
talking. I'm leaving. I'm leaving next week. I can't talk.
He gonna be in Houston next week.
Houston. Okay, Houston. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
We can
right.
do a few things. We can do a
All
few
right.
things.
Well, if y'all are still live when I get to the room, I'll come back on. But I'm gonna jump in here because I haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning. So I'm
Oh,
about to go partake of my food.
do that. Thank you for coming on, Pooh.
Thank you. Love y'all. And happy
Love you.
birthday, boo. All
Thank you.
right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Listen, you nigga. Listen, that's okay. That's how y'all. That's gonna be y'all sign that I have come into some money. If every time y'all turn around, y'all like Ebony is somewhere again. I
Man, I
thought
keep
she
telling
was
y'all.
just.
You know I won the lotto because my number. The first thing I'm doing to change my number. My number has changed. Okay, I don't had this number for a long while now.
Well,
Look again, if I win
Michael said
the
she.
lotto, my number changed real quick.
Well, I'm not gonna change my number.
Oh,
I'm gonna get a
I'm not
second
gonna say no,
phone.
not Marco.
Michael said he will. Okay, I'm gonna shut up then. That sounds like none of my business.
Oh,
I
hey, nay. I heard about it. I saw the TikTok with the nurse. I ain't sticking to moving and grooving. I'm going to Houston to partake in the food and the partying. That's it. I ain't partaking. I ain't swimming in nothing else.
don't know. I'm gonna pray over you. That's okay. It don't even. It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna pray over
Hey,
because
yeah, put me on
we
all your little prayer lines this week.
listen. We gonna bind that whore demon before you leave.
Oh my god.
we definitely,
Oh,
we
I
definitely
can't. Not the
go.
hoarding is crazy.
We gonna bind that whore demon before you leave away from
Hoarding
here,
is
Jesus.
crazy.
My God, on today. So Rico Cassadine wrote a book. Rico Cassadine from Chasing Atlanta. He wrote a book called The Enchanted Sisters.
Okay.
It's 7 chapters. It's a part one. It's a series of books.
So it's
So
like a real life book. It's just not a cover of a book. I just wanted to confirm. I just wanted. No. Just
wow. if I have time tomorrow, because I'm going to do this in a separate live because I want to give it its due. I'm going to do a read along because it's only 33 pages. I'm going to do a read along tomorrow. Sometime if I got the time and the space to do it tomorrow, I will definitely come back tomorrow live and we gonna do a read along. Oh no, Tosh said you started to watch the Chris Brown documentary. What happened, Jesus? What happened?
Look, I just got started. I'm finna go do it right now. I need to figure out some dinner. What should I have for dinner, y'all? I want some chicken.
Yeah, it's 33. It's 7 chapters. It's 33 pages. It's on. I got it for free on my Kindle Unlimited. Not what
You be
fun.
reading, friend. I forgot.
I do. I stay reading something.
It's a short story. You're a fool.
Well, it's the part.
Xavier, you're a
It's
fool.
it's part 1 to a series. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see this if I put it in the camera. Hold on. Let me turn the brightness.
Friend, what's the name of the original record that the Fugees took that their breakout song from? Was strong in my pain.
Feeling Me Softly.
Is it that? Okay.
That's the name
I
of the
figured
song.
that, but I wasn't too. I figured that, but I didn't want to like. I felt I was like halfway sure. I'm gonna listen to the original.
I think it's Shaka Khan. Or is it Rufus? I can't remember. Shaka Khan's in the group.
Shaka
So
Khan, get it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Today,
you're such a whore. It's
even right
just,
now,
how did we even get
y'all don't age. Y'all black women don't age the same. It's not my fault.
Nay? He is I don't he's a beginning author. Oh, it's from Roberta Flack. Tosh is saying.
Roberta Flack.
Not Shaka Khan. It's Roberta Flack. Um you gotta start somewhere. Yes, Ted Lee's book is on Kindle as well. Yes. I still have Ted Lee's book on my Kindle. Yes. So we're gonna do can I read what? Can I read Ted Lee's book? I did. I did a whole live Nate
She
where
did
I
all.
read the whole book.
He
You
read
gotta
the
do
whole
an
thing.
average chapter is 10 to 15 pages. How do you get
Oh
seven
Jesus! She
chapters?
said it's
I don't know. I don't know because I listen. I'm a we meet me back here tomorrow sometime. I'll set a time. I already got the live setup, but I'll set a time and we'll read it together and we'll go over it together. I'm excited. It's giving very Charmed with the plot of the story about three sisters coming into their powers at the age three.
Oh, you know what? Practical Magic. That movie was man.
How did we
I was
get to
caught off
practice?
guard because you said charm. Charm.
Okay. Rihanna is the least of the things that he has done. So I don't understand what you want us to do with that.
So I know she's West Indian. So for me, like I kind of knew they might have been actually fighting more than anything, but also he's still a man. Like you can't really like can't hit her back. I don't want to. Xavier, I hope it falls through. We need to stop making sequels of things. Let
So
certain things be right where they at.
so I watched this movie on Netflix last night called Don't Move.
I didn't get a chance to watch that, but was that good?
Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I wasn't expecting it to go the way that it did. I just knew it was gonna be some old bull, but it was really good. It was really good. I was like, okay, okay. Now I need to finish season whatever of Selling Sunset. I don't know. I haven't started reading it yet. I got it downloaded to my Kindle, and so I'm gonna read it. We're gonna read it tomorrow together. We're gonna read it together. We're gonna read it together. That is the start of it for me to turn me off because they don't even mention her actions at all. Well, because it's not about her. It's about him. Like if you just go because they need to stop making excuses for women who can't keep their hands to themselves. So that means that it's okay for him to bust her upside her forehead. Like I don't understand. I don't understand where we're going here. I don't understand
No comment.
because there are. If it was just a one-off situation and this is the only time that he's ever been violent, and they were both violent and they both violent with each other, then it is what it is. This is just one 5-minute chapter in the history of this boy being violent and crazy and beating up people. So I don't understand what are we doing here? Wicked City.
I'm looking at it right now. Thank you, Xavier. I'm looking right now. It got 2 seasons. What this on, folk? Hold on, folk. What it on?
Beauty. I haven't started
It's on
watching
All
it.
Black
Beauty and the Black on Netflix. I haven't started
Prime.
watching it.
Beauty and the Black on Netflix is a classic Tyler Perry movie. Like, well, you make us hate a character real fast. Trifling.
Considering it's a TV
Anyway,
show and not a movie. Okay. It's a TV show. It's not a movie.
I don't know. But anyway, I love you. And if
Not
you're
it
on later, I'll
was
be back later.
okay.
But happy birthday to you.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, all right. Bye. Bye.
He if she busted, she deserved to get bust back. Okay, sure. I could tell you how I was raised. I was raised never put your hands on somebody and not expect them to put their hands back on you. And if you can't take whatever they're gonna do back, then you should put your hands on them. However, a comma. This is a disturbing trend with this young man that he is putting his hands on women. So let's throw the Rihanna thing out. Now, let's go to the other 10, 15 women and Karuchi, who has a permanent restraining order against him because he refused to leave her alone and will continue to harass her, even after she got herself out of the situation. So so everything is null and void because the Rihanna situation was mutual. Thank you, Soulful Dog. Is that what we're saying? Is that where we're going with that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that where we're going with it? So let's negate everything that he did because of that one situation. Let's say it was mutual. They put their hands on each other. So that then negates everything else that he did after that. That proves that he's not a good person, human being, man, husband, boyfriend, father. Well, I'm not going to speak on his fatherhood because it seems like his children, he loves his children. He's listen. I'm just trying to understand. And why are we supposed to fluff him up or shoot him so much bail or give him so much grace after he's proven over and over and over and again undeserving? Because he can slide across the floor, because he can do a run. Those things make him worthy of being able to put his hand, harass, terrorize people. He can do all of those things because he has a modicum of talent for singing and dancing, and that just makes whatever he does okay. Help me understand. Help me understand how we grading it. How we on the grading scale. Listen, and he look dirt. He don't look dirty to y'all. What difference does that make, Taj? What difference does it? Who cares if we don't? We didn't never have to know that girl's name to know what he did to her was wrong. Who cares if we now know her name after she dated him? What has that got to do with the horrors that she endured while she was with that man? Maybe I'm slow. Mother somewhere in the bushes. Oh, hold on, hold on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I can't even. Idiot. I know I ain't crazy. That man looks so nasty. I have to watch. I don't know all these other people. He do. Chris Brown looks like he too did not get the lesson in how to bathe correctly, appropriately. Like he looks like he doesn't. He used a 5-in-1 soap instead of different soaps for different occasions. He gives me very much. He has that. He has a day a bathing day instead of bathing every day. He gives all of those things to me. To me, he looks dirty all the time to me. As none of these women other than Rihanna are black. Like we have to learn to have mercy for. What the? Okay, almost cussed. What does what difference does it make if the women are black or not? Help me understand what. So, because they white, they deserve to get beat up by their boyfriend. Like, help me understand. Hi. Say goodnight. Let's go. You came to say goodnight? Okay. All right. Night. Night. Say goodbye, people.
Bye, people.
And just ain't never gonna do. Talent, power, money, influence, and your network shouldn't be excuses to excuse abusive examples being Diddy, R. Kelly, and more. Exactly. People are be lying because of the story with Riri. Okay. So you just gonna refuse to. Okay. Put it down and lay down. So the story with Riri, where he clearly put his hands, regardless if she put her hands on him first or whatever, he still put his hands on her. Then right. Then negates the fact that he put his hands on subsequent partners. Or it's a repeated pattern because he's doing the same thing with all of his partners after her. He ain't never learned on lesson that it was not okay for him to do what he did, so he's doing the same thing over and over again. Right. And absolutely. But where there's smoke, there's not all of them are lying. Everybody is not lying on that man. And I don't understand. I don't understand why we trying to pop. How am I going too far? Everybody's not lying on that man. Everybody is not lying on that man. They're not. They're absolutely not. And uh for my kids, my daughters, no. Mm-mm. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. He showed us a very long time ago he don't have no problem showing his ass and putting his hands on people. That boy went down to the Good Morning America, I think, to the CBS studios. They asked him one question. He took a chair and threw it through their window and showed his whole ass. I don't know if he was on that pink Coquiana or what he had going on with him that day. But this young man does not have any self-control. He does not have any self-regulation. He don't have no there's something wrong with his medulla oblongata. Because clearly he He don't have no self-regulation and no decorum on how to act to know that that is inappropriate. What he did was absolutely wrong and inappropriate. So that means it's okay for him to go to them people news station and throw a chair through their window. I do not understand the y'all trying to infantilize this grown ass man who made grown ass decisions, and you don't want him to have any consequences for the actions that he, as a grown man, decided to make. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how we just gonna skip over that. We just gonna be like, oh, that poor baby, blah blah blah, TTT, and like he's not a grown ass man who makes grown ass decisions to do the bullshit that he does. And so, why is he not? Why is it okay for him to not accept the consequences for his actions that he did? All questions are pre-screened. What has that got to do? Oh my God! Hold on. Now we gonna get on here and argue about Chris Brown stinking ass. All right, hold on. Hold on. I got you, boo. You just hold that thought. Hold that thought. Not on you, but the fact that you calling that unwashed Philistine your baby father is too much for me. That unwashed that dirty Philistine, that is too much. It's absolutely too much. I do not understand. You're never going to get me to say that it's okay that he just be it's okay for him to act the way he acts and do the things he does and don't receive any consequences for his actions. That's just never going to be. Yes, Xavier Philistine, that unwashed, uncut Philistine. That's what we do. Just because you like his little songs, I like his little songs. I like a majority of his songs. Now, I didn't listen to that whole double album that has 654 songs on it. I didn't listen to all of that. But the man, I do not negate the fact that that young man is talented. He can sing, he can dance. I don't have an issue with that. Okay, Tosh. Hey,
I don't know what you got going on against my baby father, Abby, but you is getting you is giving my baby daddy way too much. Okay,
it's not too much. It's accountability. When you holding somebody accountable is not an attack. It's not.
Abby. Okay. Listen, we can hold him accountable, right? Like, okay, for instance, okay, boom. Like, what do you want him to do? I feel like he's a target. I feel like the certain bitches who go after him go for that certain, like, like people have their certain type. Like, he
Hmm.
has a type, but I feel like there's certain girls flock to him and then keep that storyline going because of the Rihanna situation. Everybody wants to be a part of, like, a pick me, me, like a me too, a me too. Like, I don't really think necessarily he's putting hands on everybody. Like, I don't.
You
Come
don't
on,
think so?
no,
So everybody that he comes in contact with, and they fall out in some
they
way,
lying.
form, or fun. So everybody is lying on him. He's not
Hmm.
busting people upside the head. Is that the story we going with?
They lying, and that's his story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. Well, you stick to that, and then you go into his circumference and put your. Are you willing to put yourself in that situation to have your head knocked in between the washing machine and the refrigerator?
I
Are,
mean, listen,
okay, okay. See that right there. It explains everything that you're saying and why you so offended. Because you're okay with having your head knocked in between the washing machine and dryer by this man, and it'd be okay for you.
no, I'm not okay with the treatments. Let's be clear. But I mean, it all goes with the type of individual that you're dealing with. I'm not going to put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying?
But if you know he's like that and you not willing to put yourself in harm's way, why is it okay for the other women to be in harm's way? And then you be like, oh no, you lying. He did that when you know he's good for doing that.
But okay, and that's my point. Exactly my point. Exactly my point about the girls, the bitches that who been dealing with him, who put up these stories. Y'all know what he's been dealing with, and y'all know the story. If Rihanna could get it, what makes you think you can't?
You say that like it's okay.
I mean,
like I don't understand.
Rihanna's
Like,
like Rihanna's not. Who was Karuchi to Rihanna?
who the hell cares? What that one has nothing to do with the other. The only
The,
common denominator in this whole situation is Chris and his hands and how he like to put them on people. That's
I
the common
mean,
denominator through all of this. Regardless if the woman is white, black, big, tall, short, skinny,
I
fat,
mean,
small, it don't matter. If you are going to put yourself in that situation, regardless of if you have $1,000, $1,000,000, $1 billion, or 52 cents in your pocket, clearly he's gonna treat you the same. And if you get out of pocket with him or you go to the left with that nigga, he gonna knock your head in between the refrigerator and the wall. So I don't understand what the issue is.
as he should. Okay, because if you
First
put
of
him in
all,
that predicament, then that's what you get. I mean, at this point, I mean, come on, Abby. Like, come on. I feel like certain girls target him. Like, oh, it's Chris Brown. Oh, he knocked Rihanna. Let me get a storyline too. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I feel like that's what they do. Honestly, I mean,
friend,
I feel like that's what they
friend,
do.
friend, friend,
They target him. I'm sorry.
friend,
They
friend.
target my baby father.
Friend, I feel like you are hypnotized by the fact that this little boy be dancing around and singing songs and all of that, and that
It
you're
ain't even
blinded.
him dancing. It's
Thank you. I was
him.
looking to him. What? He's not even fine. I don't even understand
Yes,
why
he
you.
is.
Okay, daughter. All right. Absolutely not.
Where is Chris Brown not finding that, Abby? Are you kidding me?
In the
And
face.
he is, and
Are we
he is,
looking at the same face? Because if
and he is packing a long schlong. So I mean, why not? I mean, and he's so sensational. Baby, it's like, come on, Abby, like, come on,
I
like
need you to come on. I need you to be so gentle for real.
we have to think about this shit.
I
I am like,
no,
I'm really being for
because
real. I really feel like he's
you
being
are
complete
so
targeted.
delusional. You are so delusional. So you saying that every woman that he has come into contact after Riri are all lying on him, and he ain't never put his hands on nobody, even though the judge has seen so much evidence about the stuff that he has done to Carucci that he says that man can never be around her for as long as they are both living on this earth.
Don't he
Do
have a baby
you
with her?
know?
He didn't have no baby with her. Wait, who
He,
he had a baby with?
mm-mm.
That
He don't
wasn't
have.
her.
Mm-mm.
That little girl was like,
Luckily, she don't have no children with that nigga. Thank God. Because
well,
if he's
thank God
acting
for
this,
him, right? Because he could just
it,
let her go.
but he won't let her go. He's still harassing her.
I promise you, she has a reason. He has a reason to. I
What?
promise
What's
you.
the reason? What's the reason?
Her,
Her what?
she's part of it, of course. It's all.
Part
Let
of
me tell you something.
part of
Let me tell
what,
you
daughter?
something. Because girls be lying. Let's be clear. We're not gonna put this all on men. It's not gonna be a men bashing thing. And let's be real. Girls be lying and be lying on men. And let's be clear that it can seem like for instance, watch this documentary, how they can mention everything that Chris Brown did to her, Chris Brown did to her, but never mention the fact that what she did to him. It's just all about how everything
Friend,
was just
we're not even
make him
talking
sound
about
so
Ria.
bad.
We're not even talking about. We still on Carucci.
No, we talking about Karuchi, but what I'm saying is how they try to do Chris Brown. Period. It's just the way of they just try to,
You mean tell the
make him.
truth?
They leave out what they did.
So
Like for instance, yesterday the
if
police was called yesterday because this bitch pepper sprayed me, right? But I left out when they asked me what happened, why she pepper sprayed you? I left out the fact that I kicked her.
I I said
Okay. Point is, not gonna incriminate myself, but let's be clear. That's what the fuck they do to girls when it comes to Chris Brown. It's not fair. It's not fair. I feel like they do that even with men, period, especially black men. But when it comes to, you know, the W people, they tend to forget what they did and only remember what the black man did. And it's sickening at this point.
okay. So Tosh, let
Hmm.
me explain this. As a woman who has survived some DV
Me
situations,
too. Gun to my head and all that, stabbed and all that.
first of
But
all,
I'm listening.
that when the violence was brought to me, it was never something I my answer was no. That's all I said. They wanted me to do something and my answer was no. and then they
Mhm.
introduce violence into the situation. So you're saying that I deserve to get my head knocked between the refrigerator and the wall just because I said
No,
no?
I didn't say you. What I said, you're not Chris Brown situation. We're not the same situation. See, you in the situation, you're not dealing with Chris Brown. What I'm telling you is, I feel like those girls target Chris Brown for that, to make up situations. I
Now
truly
I'm not
do.
listen. Now I'm not gonna say there's not a bad apple in the bunch who particularly was like, "Oh, it's Chris Brown. I know his history, blah blah blah," and I'm trying to either chase clout or make a few dollars off of this or whatever, whatever. There's always a bad apple, but one bad apple doesn't mean that everybody else has the same situation. Everybody doesn't have the same situation, and it's the same. And if he wasn't provocable, if he had self-control over himself and his actions, then nothing that the women could do can provoke him to be back in the same situation where he's putting his hands back on people. You can't. If you have control over yourself,
Hmm.
then even if she has bad intentions, you not gonna give in to that and still put your hands on her when she's looking for that's what she's looking for you to do. Have some control over yourself.
I mean, self control is always a plus, of
It
course.
it is, and and unfortunately, this could be Chris Brown, this could be Joe Schmo who sell dope on the corner, this
Hmm.
could be John Marcus who works in tech out in Simi Valley. They can all have the same if you they can all have the same thing, the same issue. You gotta keep your hands to yourself.
Hmm.
Learn to walk away.
That's
You
what
don't
Rihanna should have did. Rihanna should have kept her hands to herself before she got slapped the fuck back. You see? Because she should have kept her hands to herself. She should never hit that man first.
but again, Rihanna is not the only instance of where Chris Brown has put his hands
Of
on
course
some
not.
up
I
on
don't
his
know of the
partner.
other ones. I know I'm scared to watch the documentary because you're making it scarier for me. Okay, Abby, let's be clear. I'm scared
So
to
you
watch it,
just
but I haven't heard of any other stories other than Rihanna, Abby, when it comes to Chris Brown.
what
But the way you making it seem, I'm scared. I don't want to see no more of them tearing down the black men. Diddy was enough torture for me already as it is. I'm still traumatized. Okay, but let's be clear. Before Diddy, there was who?
it was R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. Oh,
And
like
and again,
Michael
with
Jackson. Like they tearing down all the great black men. I'm scared to watch Chris Brown go through it.
well
I'm
well then
scared.
well then the great black men shouldn't use their power that they have gotten off of the talents that they were given by God to do nasty shit to people on like I don't understand. Like I don't like what you want because there are great black men who are not being teared down because they're good men.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson was set up. But go ahead, I'm listening. Because I don't think he did it. But go ahead.
I too believe I don't think he did it. Something is going on with them children. Listen, but we know for a fact that there is public records and
Right.
evidence at courthouses of the atrocities that Chris Brown has committed. So
Hmm.
it's not like you can't continue to put your head in the sand in regards to him just because you like him.
Hmm.
And if they weren't doing things that they had no business doing, then nobody can tear them down. You know who can't be torn down? Denzel Washington. Know why? Because he ain't done nothing to nobody.
Who know? No. Know what?
No.
No. I think nobody came public.
First of all, if Denzel had done something absolutely rest, you could bet money on the fact that because of who he is and how and his reputation with the black diaspora,
Hmm.
somebody would have came and said something.
Abby.
They could have they could have tried to they haven't even tried to manufacture a story because you know how people like to make up stuff and be like, oh, well, I'll just tell the story. And once the accusation is out there, whether or not it's true or not, the accusation stains your reputation. There's not even been a manufactured story where somebody has said something and then tried to take it back in regards to Denzel. And this is after almost 50 years of a career in Hollywood. You can't.
I was gonna say 10 years, but thank you for saying 50 because I didn't want to put no number on it. But let's be clear. He ain't slapped not one hoe. Not one.
Who? Who ain't?
Denzel. You
Abs-
think Chris
mm-mm.
not one hoe in 50 years? Child, I don't believe it. I
Cause he's
don't.
been listen, he been married to
I
the
don't.
same woman for this entire time. So he
Slap
not
her too. And she, you know why? And she ain't run her mouth because that's her husband. I'm pretty sure he done pin her head to the glass.
absolutely not, friend. Absolutely not. And we not gonna do this. We not gonna do this.
Come on. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. That's like saying black men. That's like saying he don't get angry. Come on. Not one time he ain't like, bitch, you better calm yourself while I just choke the shit.
Some men
Not
are just
one
not
time.
not one time. Some men are just not prone to that. Some people, some men, it's just not. All men are not the same. All men are not a monolith. All men are not going to react the same to everything. So yes, I can believe in 50 years this man has never got bad enough to put his hands on a woman. Absolutely can, because I know men in my life who've gone their whole lives and they never put their hands on no woman.
Well, maybe. So do you? So you do consider putting your head to the glass, put your hands.
If you try and pin my head to the glass, we gonna be in this motherfucker fight. That's what I know.
But wait, that's not even putting no marks. That's just putting you down.
I don't.
That's a
I
bad.
don't. I don't care. Don't put your hands on me unless I invite you to. That's not okay. That's not okay. I'm
I
not.
mean, listen.
I'm not a child for you to try and discipline, and for you to try and put your hands on me and pin my head. First of all, I'm not gonna meet you with violence unless I'm ready to tussle with you. Now my hands is ready to eat for everyone, so anybody can get it fooling with me.
Really.
Absolutely.
Okay. Come
A-
on, E.
ab- absolutely. Cause I listen. I likes to fight, which is why I'm trying to avoid it at all costs
Okay.
if I
Right.
can. So if you want to invite
Self
violence
control.
into the situation, if we're in a domestic situation and we're having a disagreement or argument, and you now want to incite violence into this situation, I hope
Mm-hmm.
you are prepared. And I may not even win the fight. I'm okay taking the L, but you gonna know I was there.
Mm, mm,
You
mm.
gonna know I was there.
Okay. Make your presence known, honey. Okay.
But yeah, you can't just disregard everything this young man has done to people just because you like the way he sing and dance and you think is bringing down the black man. There are plenty of black men. Hey,
No,
Uncle
that's
Daddy,
okay.
thank you. There are plenty of black men who is not being brung down because they got common sense and decency and decorum and know how to keep their hands to themselves.
See how you just said what you said?
Yes.
That, you don't come with that energy. But if basically push come to shove, it's ready to be.
Mm-hmm.
Why that can't be for Chris Brown? Nobody thought about it that way. Everybody thinks he's so aggressive. What if he's not? Why he make so loving songs
Because at this
and
point
be so?
he has years of history of aggression.
Oh God!
He
Now you're turning into
years.
a career fellow.
Years.
Jesus.
Years. I need you to go watch the documentary. I know
I'm
you have
scared, Abby. You making it scary. I swear you making like a scary movie. Like I'm trying to tell you, I don't. I'm scared. You making me scared not to watch it.
why because
I'm so scared.
you don't want to digest the truth about your fave. Is that what it is?
No, it's not that. I swear, okay. I can take it, right? I'm eventually gonna watch it because I swear I kept seeing it for like over a week. Like documentary, Chris Brown. What the fuck? This can't be a new one. This can't be a new one. This can't be a new one, right? So as I was looking at it, so now that you mention it, it's like, oh, I was hoping it was a new one. Okay, so now you got me like the way you keep saying how you saying it, you got me scared. Like no, this is why I didn't want to watch it from the beginning because I was like, if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's good, I'm gonna watch it. If it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's good, I'm gonna watch it. If it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something bad, I don't want to see it. So if it's something It might be an old one. I don't know. I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to see it. So then now you mention it today. I'm like, oh my God. You just and you didn't even know I was going through these thoughts because I've been going through this for like the last like since it came out. And again, you just
Listen. Like, but
you scared
let's
me.
let's let's make it personal because I need to understand your thought process. Say this is it's not Chris Brown. Say it's your brother
Hmm.
or a good male friend of yours,
Hmm.
and you see him in altercation after he get in relationship after relationship and altercation after altercation, and he's steady putting his hands on these women. Are you going to continue to turn a blind eye and be like, oh, y'all all lying on him, oh, y'all all trying to trap him into doing X, Y, and Z? Or are you finally going to say, oh, the common denominator is this nigga and there's something wrong with this nigga, and I may need to have a conversation, we might need to have an intervention, we might need to get him some help because he don't have no self-control and he don't know how to keep his handsets up.
Okay, let me put you on. I'm gonna share a little story. I have someone like that in my family. I have a cousin who's, you know, he don't go to jail for nothing. He's done sold drugs. He done fought. Did some crazy shit, whatever, whatever, whatever. He don't go to jail for nothing but putting his hands on women, and it's sickening to me. But the girls keep coming, and they keep marrying him because this ain't the first one he's married to now. He done been through the same situation, right? And I done checked them too and said to him, like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, why you just can't keep your hands to yourself? You feel me? But at the same token, the girls keep coming back. So it's like, what the fuck? Do y'all like this shit?
Clearly they do.
Do you see what I'm saying? So we can't really always fault them because these bitches always return.
No,
Oh,
it's
I'm
all
leaving. They be having time to leave, and like, they could have left. Cassie, that hoe could have left.
okay. We not gonna do. We not doing that.
I'm just saying.
Not when we saw the video of that girl trying to leave and for him to grab her by
That,
her neck and throw her down on the ground and kick her and then
that was
drag
that
her back.
one time. That was that one time.
You believe that's the only time that he did that to her?
Cassie from Connecticut. I know people who grew up with her, and she's known to be a fast ass out here.
What does that got to do with him putting her hands on her and not being able to get away? What is that got? What does that
People
got to do
do
with?
stuff and put themselves in predicaments and then try to play the innocent role afterwards. And let's be clear, for
So
it's like
we're victim blaming in this instance, is what you're saying.
I don't victim blame. I say don't play the victim if you're not the victim for real. I don't victim blame. Just be officially a victim.
So what is that being for you?
People victimize themselves, put themselves in predicaments. People be looking like, for instance, you settle for $30 million, but you don't settle like you don't get a restraining order protection. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, it's like what?
You need a restraining order for someone you don't see
She should
anymore?
have for her whole family. Then why you still suing him? You're in a whole different marriage.
Are you okay? Do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth?
And what you mean?
I'm trying to, I'm just trying to figure out your thought process because it genuinely baffles me.
Ain't she in a whole nother marriage, Cassie?
What does that got to do with the trauma and the atrocities that she received while she was with that man?
After all this time,
What about it?
you still traumatized?
Oh, I
Don't
don't
you
have
get
time.
married and become racial relationships and start a whole nother relationship in the marriage? Like you had enough time to invest into a whole nother mean that you got married to him. And you still
What does that got to do with the trauma?
I feel like
And
I feel like what she did was trying to take Kim Porter's place and played herself. Yeah. I feel like the whole
but
time
what
she
does
was
that got
battling
to? We know this. That's what she tried to do, and she admitted that what she was trying to do, and she admitted that she was wrong for trying to do that. So
exactly.
again, I don't understand. I don't because
Wait,
she
when
didn't
did
know.
when did she say that at? Because I said that I wanted to see this because I know I said it in the video and in the time. I know she and I tagged her and I know she's seen it. But my point is, People victimize themselves, but you still put yourself in predicaments. You went there. What that lady
She
was that lady was Chris was. I mean, Kim was already in a situation. You know what I
listen.
mean?
Listen, when you're new to the situation and you don't know what it really is, and you're in the love bombing phase, and so he can do no wrong, and of course that girl is telling you all kind of crazy stuff, and he doing this X, Y, and Z, and you're not going to believe her because you new to the situation you love, and he done already set it up to for you not to believe
Hmm.
anything the girl says, and you don't know that it's true until you're already too deep in it to get out of it.
Hmm.
So again, how is she not a victim?
Because she wasn't that knee deep.
Okay.
She wasn't that knee. I don't think. I don't believe. I don't believe personally. That's just my belief. I'm not saying facts. I'm just saying that's just my belief. I don't believe she was that knee deep. I truly don't. Because she had time to invest in another man that she got married. They
So you don't think that
don't even have no
he
kids.
that ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't, because she said he had videotapes of her and was blackmailing her to stay in the position that she was in. It didn't have nothing to do with no kids.
It was all about
It
money.
didn't have to do with no money. It had to do with his control over her and her being his puppet and him controlling her with the evidence that he forced her to do and then recorded it and was keeping it and hanging it over her head. Not to mention the fact that clearly he was knocking her head in between the washing machine and the dryer as well to keep her in position and be down.
Wash machine and dryer and the ironing board. But it had to do with her money. It had to do with his money. That's all it was. It was his money. That's what she
Oh,
wanted.
okay.
I would have
Okay.
never. She didn't even put restraining orders on her whole family. Like, why not? I would have. If he's funding me and my family, why wouldn't I put restraining orders on my whole family?
So you think your whole family wants you to be getting abused and passed around like a popsicle on a hot
No,
summer
I'm talking
day?
about protective orders from him. Like when you got their court orders and all that, I would have said protect my whole family and all of us. You know what I'm saying? Make it like a good public or not like we are all protected. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even go that deep. It was just about the money, Abby. It was about the coin.
Okay.
I'm sorry. She felt like she was broke and she needed a coin. And in videos, I don't think the videos really hold no weight. Why? Because she was there
I'm sorry,
willingly.
excuse me. So
She
the
was there
video
willingly.
so the video of her trying to run out of the hotel room and trying to get to the elevator and escape and him beating Molly whopping her ass in that hallway and dragging her back by her
Ain't no
hair.
telling what. Listen, according to him, she did something to him while she was in the shower.
She left. He got in the shower and she left. That's what she did.
She did something. She did something. We don't know
Okay.
what happened in that room. And I wish that we can know what happened in that room. And I wish somebody said something.
Whatever happened in that room did not require him to chase her down the hallway, beat her, and drag her back by her hair. I don't care what you say. You not that ain't gonna run with me. It's not. You're not gonna blame this girl for what that man did to her.
I mean, she moved barbarically, you know? Hey, man. I'm sorry. I don't have no remorse for her. None. None.
So no woman who's been in a domestic situation, clearly you don't have any uh
No, I have remorse
sympathy.
for women who have been in
I,
domestic situations, but certain
unless
people, I can't.
if the nigga got money, if you in a domestic situation, then you just supposed to be there and take it, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
No, not at all.
Then I
Not
don't
at all.
understand what is the difference between this nigga
Because
who's not
people put
famous and got
themselves,
money and he beating the piss out his girl versus Diddy beating the piss out this girl. I don't understand what the difference between the two is. What's the
because people put themselves in positions and will settle for that type of treatment just because the nigga got money. So I don't feel bad. I don't. I don't. If you could put yourself in that predicament because they got money, I don't feel bad. I'm
I don't
sorry. I don't.
okay. If that was the case where
Mhm.
that's what she was doing,
Mhm.
then sometimes when you make your bed, you gotta lay in it. However, this girl was clearly trying to get away. She no longer wanted to be in the situation. Where's your sympathy for her now? I can't do this anymore. I got to get out. This man is going to kill me. So she takes off running. This nigga runs down behind. He jumps out of the shower. Don't even put on clothes. Thank you. Not happy 30th birthday. I'll take that. Uh he jumps out of the shower, throws a towel, and chases you down, beats you down, and then drags you back. And you don't have no sympathy for that girl?
No.
None. Okay. All right.
Because I like Kim. And Kim was the one. And you came trying to take her position.
What?
And that's what happened.
What?
Hold up. That's what
Absolutely
happened.
not. Absolutely
That's what
not.
happened to bitches who try to come snatch somebody else's position, girl. I get move. Is that what you get for trying to be me? I would see, and in this situation, I think for Kim, because it's like, girl, what was you? Who you thought you was? Me? Oh, you know. And she went through the worst. That's why he took her out. Let's be clear, because that book was what all the business. Okay, because I know he did that. You can tell, and that's uncalled for. But the point was, if she can go through it, what you thought? Like you was exempt from the torture that she go through too, and that's what I'm saying. The same thing with Chris Brown and the Rihanna situation. Like y'all saw the situation with Rihanna. Like what? Why would you want to put yourself in predicament if you see him publicly slap a hoe? Why would you want to find somebody around? You know that you can obviously invest in and marry. But why would you want to invest in somebody if you know they're going through this? Like when she found out about Kim going through all that stuff and she was going through it after the first time, she could have been left then.
I think you're underestimating the man in this situation to be able to bamboozle and love bomb women into getting into a situation, even though in their previous situation they were violent with their partner. I think you underestimate the charm that those men have to be able to lure women into the situation to think that it won't happen to them. I won't do that to you. She was tripping. She was doing X, Y, and Z. She put her hands on me first. That's why this happened. Bop, bop, bop. Whatever story that they gotta tell in order to lure their prey into the situation.
Is that charm or is them being naive? Or is them just, I mean, I don't know sometimes, Like I said, I can't really always blame the man. The man is not always wrong. And that's always the go-to blame. Blame the man, blame the man, blame the man. But these bitches put themselves in the predicament. That's like going to the club. You go to the club with a little hot little dress on and don't expect the man to probably tap you in your ass one time in the night. You
Uh,
might slap her in the
excuse
mouth,
me. Excuse
but
me.
it happens.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We not. Oh, okay.
It
So
happens.
I, I
You
don't
might have
think.
to pop them in the mouth, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
First of all, at no point, I don't care what the fuck I got on or don't have on. At no point is it okay for you to put your hands on me in any way,
at
shape, or
all.
form without my permission. And there's nothing that you can say. There's no scenario that you can give me that's gonna make that situation okay in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And
Oh
you
no, I'm
seem
not
to
saying
be
it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's okay. And to make that clear. But go ahead. What I was saying was it happens. You feel what I'm saying?
I understand that it happens, but it shouldn't.
It shouldn't happen.
And even if it does happen, that doesn't mean you turn around and blame the woman for it happening instead of the nigga who couldn't keep his hands to himself.
No,
Yeah,
necessarily. But come
yeah,
on.
yeah. Come
The
on,
first
be for
thing,
real.
but you have to
Let's
read what men
no.
are like that. You have to think about a man's mind when they see ass and titties just out. That's the first thing they do.
Okay, so this is our problem because this starts as with us as parents teaching our young children because
Hmm.
instead of teaching instead of teaching our girls, oh, you got to cover up, you got to be do this, that, and the third, we're not teaching our sons self-control, that you don't have any authority over anybody's body but your own. Do not
Oh,
put your
right.
hand, learn to have some self-control, keep your hands
Hmm.
to yourself. I don't care what she's got on or what's happening. It is not. It's never okay for you to put your hands on somebody's body without their consent.
Right.
So
That's my story line.
the fact that we're sitting here and this and everything that you're saying is inevitably going back around to blame the victim for what has happened instead of the nigga who couldn't keep his hands to himself. and that's just wrong. We're not gonna do that. We're just not gonna do that. That's not okay. There are consequences to your actions. I don't care who you are, how much money you got, where you live. There are always consequences for your actions. And you have got to learn some self-control. And you cannot go blame you can't go blame it the woman. That's like asking a woman who's been SA'd, oh well, what were you wearing? Where were you at? Da 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 da. None of that matters. Because there have been women who have been SA'd and they were wearing their pajamas. They were in their bed, minding their business, not bothering somebody, and somebody broke into their house and raped them. So if that's okay. You can say, well, what was you wearing? Well, you knew that he would be.
Oh no. See, situations and things are
It's the
different.
but it's the same thing. Same
No,
thing.
it's not.
It
Every
absolutely
situation is
is.
different.
Absolutely is. Absolutely is.
It's not, but I get what you're saying. But no, that's not what I'm saying. By no means, it's not offered. The victim is offered the fault or the blame. Because no, because I've been again. That's another story. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about how I kicked the lady in the ass, right? Like I said earlier, it's another story. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell the police that I kicked her. You know what I'm saying? But it's another story. You know what I'm saying? Probable cause. But the thing was when they came to me, they said, "So what happened?" And I left that part out. So then they were trying to come at me like, "So you didn't do nothing. You didn't do this or that. You didn't do this, whatever, whatever." I'm like, "Hold on. I'm the one who called you because I got pepper sprayed." You see what I'm saying? I was the victim. You see what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
you're coming down, jumping down my throat, right? So then I had to be like, you know what? Let me stop and break it down to them now. Mind you, I left out, like I said, what I did still. But let me break down the situation so you can understand what type of person you're dealing with. Because who you trying to come at like I'm some type of hoodlum in these streets. I'm not from this hood, sir. I just moved here. I don't know nothing about this area. So the way you coming at me, like you were coming from the people who are around here, don't. Tone down your tone, because the white boy next to you is getting aggressive, and I could tell he's from where I came from, where I grew up. Okay, so with that being said, tone that down. You know what I'm saying? So point is, everybody's situation is different. It hits different, of course. So that's what I can say. Now, when it comes to this situation, like for instance, in the situation with Kim Porter, I don't blame Kim. But Cassie was on the outside watching it, and I'm pretty sure she knows the situation that happened and certain
But
things.
that's just the thing.
So
She
for you to see
wasn't.
certain things,
She didn't know. That's how he was able to manipulate her into to being like, oh, Kim, she's just jealous and she'll say anything to. You don't understand the manipulations and the mind games that are played by people like that in order to get to lure more victims into their nest.
I deal with the niggas every day. Rude ones, manipulative ones, mean ones.
So
You know.
if you understand men and the mindset and the things that especially men like Diddy
Mhm,
who will manipulate, who will lie, who will gaslight just to feed their ego and get what they want, to get somebody compliant so they can do whatever they want and exert their power over them.
mhm.
You're still blaming the victim,
Because we
all of
can't
those
give
things.
in. That's my point. We can't give in. We have to meet these niggas right where we meet them. We have to treat a hoe like a hoe until they prove themselves to be a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? We can't
But
give in.
that comes with age and wisdom. When you are that young,
Even
you
that
haven't.
young. I went through it.
No, I'm talking about when Cassie met Diddy at the
Mhm,
beginning. That was a young girl. She didn't have the experience and the knowledge to know what to look for in order to avoid it. Some
mhm.
lessons some lessons only experience is going to teach you. And unfortunately, she walked into there blindly and got caught in a nightmare.
Okay, listen. When I was 17,
Mhm.
I was dealing with this guy who was 26.
Mhm.
Remember I told you I was in a DV situation? The
Mhm.
same guy who put a gun to my head and stabbed me. In the situation, he was eager. in the beginning, to
Mhm.
have sex and all that stuff. I made him wait for a whole year. Mind you, he was 26 years old. I'm 17.
Mhm.
He's picking me up from school, dropping me off, and all that. He's a gangbanger slut. He's a thug in these streets, running from people, stick up kid, all this craziness. Okay. Point is, when I realized the type of person I was dealing with, I paid attention to the way he moved, and I learned what I learned from how he moved. But I also learned how to deal with him accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Which
Mhm.
was, it taught me, how can I say this? It taught me my worth. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I said,
Mhm.
I made him wait that whole year and he begged for it. Begged for it. Mind you, he wasn't my first.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I just was not, this nigga's too old. Like, I don't know, but I really liked him though. You know what I mean? And then when I got older, I never knew the type of manipulation that I've been through myself dealing with him. But because I ran into his mother, she told me about his history, about his choice of girls that he chose to deal with. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, wow. All young ones are real? Like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But point is, even when that situation occurred, it still taught me how to deal with these niggas in him, that I won't see myself in another situation like that again. You know what I mean? And I don't, and it's like, I don't
But
know.
but you want Cassie to have the same information you didn't have when you met that man and made him wait for a year is the same information she didn't have when she first met Diddy. So
But I
you
still moved
but
accordingly, though. You see what I'm saying?
what do you mean?
I still like, okay, I still moved accordingly. Like, the way he was moving taught me how, right? And but I don't know, like I said, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I still moved accordingly. Like, he couldn't make me, like I said, for a whole year. Let's take to the sexual situation he wanted to have. He wanted to do it. Okay,
Mhm.
For a whole year, I made him wait. As bad as he tried to do anything and everything to make me break that, I wouldn't. You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
and and, and I don't know why, but I just wouldn't. I just seen how he moved. It made me pay attention to how he moved in his ways, that it made me not give in. You know what I mean? So maybe I was learning in the process, maybe from him, his actions. I don't know. Like, maybe God was teaching me something, like watching how he, you know what I'm trying to say? But
Mhm.
I wouldn't give in to him. So it's like, I don't know, maybe God, people don't have that, you know, that insight. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I don't know. Because it made me notice, before his mom told me who he was, I've seen it by living it, by going through it. But at the same token, I didn't give in to certain shit. Like, he wasn't going to get me hemmed up in the corner and say, yeah, fuck this dude, that dude, this and that dude. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
still have my own limits, my own, and if there was no manipulation so deep that I'm going against my own good,
Right.
what?
But if you are that young, some people and people mature at maturation rates are different. So
Mhm,
some mature faster than others.
mhm.
If you are young and you don't even really have your sense of self and self-worth established, and you get into a relationship or a situationship with somebody who is a manipulator and a gaslighter and a narcissist and all of those things, they're going to make you crazy because they're going to try and bend you to their will because you're so young and malleable and you don't know any better and you don't have a stable foundation that you standing on to be able to say, hey, I'm not going to do XYZ, I'm not doing this, that, and the third. So cannot blame Cassie for not being as mature in her situation as you were in yours, because it's y'all are two different people and your maturation rates are completely different.
But you see what I'm saying? I was about education. Her reputation in New London was about being a whore. It hit different.
You're gonna pee. Okay.
That's what they told me. I'm trying to tell you, they told me New London, the Jack Cassidy, Cassandra. Oh, she was a thought. She threw that pussy around.
I don't understand what being a thought means that it's okay for you to be sexually abused and knocked upside the head. I don't. One doesn't equal the other.
It don't, but
Yeah,
you know, when you have that reputation and people look at you that way, that's what they see. So they act accordingly, you know, and it's up to you to make them look at you differently. You know what I'm trying to say?
but how do we know that he knew what her reputation was?
She gave in. Too easy. I'm sorry. If the first time happened and you was uncomfortable with it,
I
it
don't.
wouldn't happen again.
I
It
don't
wouldn't,
understand how you
you
can
won't
be.
get me again.
Listen, I
Not
don't
the
understand.
second time.
Friend, I don't understand how you can be a victim of the same type of situation and then see someone else in the same situation and you don't and you can't understand how they got in that same situation.
No, in the situation is one thing. Doing the situation throughout the situation is another thing. You see what I'm saying? All that extra stuff in the midst of it.
What
I
extra
don't know.
stuff?
If she's uncomfortable the first time, you know, with the essays and or
But
gang,
we
you know,
don't but we don't know how far into their relationship before the essay and the I want you to
gang performances.
right and on all of that stuff was introduced into the situation, nor do we know how it was introduced. Like, oh, I want to spice up our relationship because I feel
Mhm.
like we're in a rut. So, are you agreeable to do X, Y, and Z? And he could have baby stepped her into this. We don't know how it went. We don't know that it was just a violent, abrupt into all of a sudden now it's this violent situation and you're going to do X, Y, and Z and all of these things. And you don't know how long it took for him to psychologically break her down for her to be willing to do whatever he asked for her to do. We don't know that. So some grace needs to be extended to her as the victim of what happened to her. Just like you would expect grace to be extended to you and your situation and what happened to you. Same thing. Same thing.
Mm.
Not no same thing. It's not no it's very much the same thing. It's very much the same thing. The same grace that you expect over your life decisions and what you've done and what you've been through is the same grace that you need to give Cassie.
You think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, mine pushed me to be a educated girl, a school girl. He didn't push me to be a whore. He didn't want to share me. He wanted me all to himself. So it
What
was
does one got to
different.
what okay. And what's your point? Again, the same grace that you expect to be given unto you in your situation that led to this man doing what he did to you, the same grace and favor and sympathy and empathy that you expect about your situation is the same grace, empathy, and sympathy that you should be giving to Cassie in her situation.
Give me an example, please. Like what? Like why should it? What? Like okay, like for what? Like weird. Like how? Like
What do you mean how? What do you I don't understand how
what?
you
Okay,
don't.
Grace weird. Grace weird.
And grace in the way that you speak about the situation,
Mhm.
empathy, and to in regards to what she's been through and what was done to her. Like just taking the footage from the hotel where she tried to escape. If that doesn't evoke empathy and sympathy in you, then I would need you to go sit on somebody's sofa and have them talk to you because it feels like that you're got some sociopathic tendencies where you don't understand how empathy and sympathy and feelings work. Because you
No,
can't.
Abby, don't do me like that. Like I'm not such an evil person, but let's be clear. Sometimes, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I love to play the devil's advocate. Sometimes when it comes to situations, I love to be like, hold up, because what about? That's why sometimes it may sound bugged out to some people, but let's be clear. This situation, I really don't. I'm sorry. Like I really, because my heart goes out to Kim Porter, and I feel like what was you
So
doing?
why does your heart go out to Kim Porter and it doesn't go out to Cassie? Because the
Because
situations were the same. They entered into a relationship with this man, and he shitted on both of them. So why do you have sympathy for one and not the other?
everybody knew Kim was there.
Kim and him weren't together anymore. So what are you talking about? What
Kim
does
was
that got
still
to do?
there.
It doesn't matter.
They,
They were
she
no
never
longer
left.
listen, they were not in a relationship with each other anymore. So again, why do you have sympathy for Kim and you do not have sympathy for Cassie?
Because I always knew Kim wasn't going nowhere, whether she
What
was
does
there
that
or
got to
not.
what does that got to do with anything? What does that got to do with the question that we're asking you?
There
What is
was no
her
replacement, and she was trying to replace the Kim. You
she
cannot
what
replace
her
Kim.
he was trying to replace the Kim. She wasn't trying to replace nobody. She was trying to fall in love with this nigga and be in a relationship with him. She wasn't trying to replace them. He was trying to replace her.
At how old?
So again, it doesn't matter how old she was. Again, why are you
Now,
upset with Cassie and you are not upset with Kim? Because it's the same
I'm
situation.
not upset with Cassie. I just don't feel
You just
bad.
you just don't feel bad for her.
hmm Not,
Why?
I mean, not okay. I feel bad for the. I feel bad. Okay, let's be clear. I have a heart for all of the victims. Let's be clear, okay? But certain situations, I just be like, girl,
Girl, what?
here's my heart, but girl, you know damn well you could have been gone, girl. Like you could have been gone.
You
You
know
could have
that's
been
not how
gone.
you know that's not how that works. Like the first of all, the person in who's in the relationship who's has feelings for the abuser, who's been gaslit and manipulated and psychologically damaged, it takes a lot for them to be able to get themselves out of that situation. And what you would do is not necessarily what someone else would do or how they're able to get themselves out. First of all, they got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And sometimes it takes people longer to get sick and tired than it does for others. So
And
once
that's my
and,
point.
what's your point? Because it took her longer than it would have took you. So you don't
Yeah,
have no
I mean,
sympathy for her.
I feel like any discomfort, you should have been like, mm-mm, pineapples. You know, where was your pineapples? Because bitch, you was looking for tropical punch. Bitch, you wanted it. Like you was, give me it more
No, what is
until
that? What pause?
now you
Pause.
want to get away.
No, no, ma'am. Pause and rewind. What do you mean you wanted it? She wanted to get beat up in the hotel lobby
I'm not talking
and
about
dragged
being beat
back.
up. We're talking about everything else before that
What
part. So something
whatever.
happened to that part. I mean, we're not just
So
gonna be
she,
like he just beat her up.
so she wanted to be passed around like a Fruit Loop at a kid's party.
I
So
mean,
she wanted to be used as a pass around and a favor.
it happened more than once.
Okay. Once again, did you not hear me say that sometimes it takes longer for some people to come to the realization that they can't do this anymore and they don't want to do this anymore and get themselves out of a situation that they should have never been in the first place?
But she was known as a pass around in her hood, Abby.
What does that got to do with anything? What is it?
Now you want to jump out the circle? Now you want to jump out the bed? Girl, that's
Listen,
like jumping on
no ma'am.
the merry-go-round and want to jump out. Now
No,
you want
man.
to jump out?
So that's
It's
like saying
moving.
that. Listen, that's like saying because you was a prostitute and you was working the corner, then you get sexually assaulted. That's what you get because that's what you was doing out there on the street. What was you doing out there on the street selling your booty for in the first place?
I
That's
mean,
like no, no, ma'am. Oh, we definitely not doing that.
listen,
We are
it
absolutely.
happens. You
Just
know
because it
why?
happens doesn't mean
Let me
it's
tell you
right.
something. You know why? Because even even in the prostitution world, even that John that said he had the money, but then you gave it to him and he didn't pay you afterwards. That's a at this point they gonna consider it. But you gave it to him willingly, but until he told you he had no money. Oh, I've been there. Not in and necessarily in that whatever, but you know,
That's
I know
not what
that
I'm not talking about you going with a John and then he decided that he wants to renege on paying you, that's a business transaction that you need to take up and to how to get your money back.
But they
To get
call
your
that
money
an
for your
essay.
service, for get your money for your services rendered. I am talking about you are actively working as a sex worker, and some man that you made no deal with, that you had no intentions of doing a trick with or anything else, and he decided that he is going to take your coochie from you. That's what he decided that he wants to do. Now all of a sudden, because you didn't give your consent to the man who decided to take your coochie, because you're a sex worker, it doesn't matter because you've been giving your coochie away for dollars. So all of a sudden, when this man decided to take it for free, now that's what you get. Now you can't jump out the ring now because you've been selling your coochie. That's not how that works. That's not how consent works. That's not how any of that works.
Oh hell no, that's not the same. No, no,
That I don't understand how
no.
you are seeing how you're seeing Kim Porter as an apple and Cassie as an orange when they're the exact same, doing the exact same situation. They're both apples. And why do you have sympathy for Kim Porter, but you don't have sympathy for Cassie? And don't bring up, oh, she had a reputation in the neighborhood as a pass around. I don't give a damn if she was giving it away for free, like VD at a clinic. I don't care.
Oh,
At no point is it okay, right, or legal for what Diddy did to her to be okay, and that just means because she was a pass around in her old neighborhood that makes it okay that he was out here peeing on her, passing her around, and beating her behind. There's no justification. I don't care. I don't care. I don't
she
care.
stayed.
I don't. Now we just had this whole conversation about
Every but see,
psychological
I'm
trauma
telling you,
and
I'm here.
how people move and how their rates of maturation and how they move differently. It doesn't matter that she
Heavy
stayed.
peeing
It
on
does
people and all
it
that. Heavy,
it, do-
come
it doesn't
on.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once she said that's enough and tried to leave, she should have been able to leave and not be beaten down and dragged back by her hair.
Well, she should have went into the game with morals, and she would have
Oh
got
my
respected from
God.
the beginning.
But being
I'm
in
just
the game
saying.
with this man doesn't mean that she didn't have morals. That's not what that means. Being in a relationship with that man didn't mean she didn't have morals.
No,
No.
no,
Just being in a relationship with P. Diddy does not mean that
no. What
she
I
did
said
not
was
have morals.
she should have came into the game with morals. In other words, she should have came into the relationship with morals. Like, listen, this is what the
She
fuck I'm
did.
not doing.
She did.
And
And
he
she was
deserved.
and he manipulated and gaslit her until
Come
and
on.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And she ain't have no morals because I mean,
She
morals don't
absolutely
go.
she absolutely people will chuck their morals for a piece of gum. Please don't do that. Please
It's
don't do
that,
that.
and that's exactly my point. And then you deserve what you get after you chuck your morals for a piece
So
of
you
gum.
did so so you deserve what you get.
That's
So
exactly my point.
so she deserves to get beat down and beat up and all of those things and passed around and all those things.
She
So
chucked her morals for a piece of gum.
she didn't. She got into a relationship with that man. That's not chucking your morals for a piece of gum. I say I know people who have done that. That's not saying that that's what that young girl did.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what she did. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Okay, so we're gonna agree to disagree because you're
Yeah,
wrong. You're wrong, and I'm gonna allow you to have your wrong opinion about this
Abby, it was
situation.
all about money. I've been saying that from the
Beloved,
beginning.
no, 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 it wasn't,
She would
and
have,
we're not gonna
she
do
should have
that.
got more than that 30 million.
She deserved it after what she been through. She deserved the 30 million,
She
and he
deserved
lucked.
more,
Exactly, she deserved for everything that he put her through. She
but
deserved
she
more than
settled.
30 million. She deserved more.
That's my point. She deserved more, but she settled, and that's my point. She's been settling the whole time.
Okay.
Stop settling,
Oh,
bitch.
okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna allow you to have your wrong opinion in this matter because I'm tired of arguing about this because we gonna keep because we're never gonna come to we're
No,
never
but
gonna
I
come
love
to
you, and I
agreement
appreciate.
on
I
that.
only came up here to just pick your freaking. But you know what? Listen, some of the things a lot of just what I said, I stand on.
I
You know,
understand, and I
but sometimes
appreciate
I
that.
just like to be the devil's advocate. I like to pick
Yeah.
people's brains. Sometimes people make people. We can have dialogue. Let's have conversations. Fuck it. Let's talk about it. But let's be clear. You know, she's.
Stop
I'm
blaming the
sorry.
victim. Stop blaming the victim.
I'm
You want
sorry.
to. Mhm. I don't understand how you can be a victim and be in that same situation and then turn around and see somebody in a similar situation, but you have no sympathy and empathy for that person who's in the same situation that you were in. Because there, but for the grace of God, go you. So at any point in time, it can be you in that same situation, and you know that for a fact because you've been there yourself. And for you to look at the situation and look at her and then say, "Oh, well, she was a pass around and she should have left and she ain't had no morals," and blah 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 blah. Where is your sympathy and empathy for her? If somebody said that about you, you would be pissed off and you would be angry. And how dare you try and talk on my situation? You weren't there. You don't know what happened. You don't know how I got to this situation. Where is that sympathy and empathy for Cassie in this situation? That's all I
And
want
she should have learned how to maneuver.
to know. Okay, we're gonna okay, still wrong. And we just gonna leave it alone. It's still wrong.
You know,
It's
somebody
okay.
got to maneuver. You know, sometimes I like to do a little, you know, as Iris a little crossover move. Like, learn how to maneuver, bitch. Stiff
Okay.
arm, you know. Stop. It's football season, you know. Stop. But yeah, you know, I'm sorry, Ebbie. I just feel like certain people just have the means to do it and they don't. And I feel like they should
How
have.
did she have how did she have the means to do it?
She's Kathy. You're not
And
full. You're not
and
flat broke.
and
She
what
could
does
have
that got
easily
to
spoke up.
what has that got
The
to
same way
do?
she came to
This has
Instagram.
nothing this has nothing to do with money and everything to do with power and control and manipulation. Ain't got nothing to do with money, ain't got nothing to do with her being Cassie and she's supposed to be this ooh la la and she's Cassie and she sang songs and she's been on tour and blah 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 and all those things. It has to do with power and control and manipulation.
Right. And she could
So
have broke out of that easy.
okay.
Because she's
It's
a popular name in the
clear
world and she's a
that is
star.
just
And she could
because
have
she's a popular name and a star does has nothing to do with her being able to break out of this situation.
as soon as Rihanna went public about that Chris Brown situation, the world would jump on it.
That's because it was done in public. There's videotape of them fighting each other in the car. What do you mean? It's not like they was keeping it a secret. They was in the paparazzi was all in the windshield, taking pictures of them fighting each other in the car. What do you mean?
Because they pulled over.
What's your point?
Right. That situation was public.
Okay.
They
And
was public too.
okay. All
It's
right
easy
now.
to just go to the public and just be like, boom, I'm being abused. Simple. Then the people gonna be like, what's wrong? Off rip, why? Because
So
it's you.
so if Cassie had come out back when this was happening, when P. Diddy was huge, at the height of his power and prestige and fame and all of that, who do you think he was gonna believe? P. Diddy or Cassie? Because if this is how y'all are acting now, years after the event, and this is how you're treating her and having no sympathy for her, when P. Diddy was really the thing, the answer, the moment, whatever, and she was just Cassie. We barely knew her.
You could have
Who do you
shut him
think they was?
down. Then.
No, ma'am. No,
Mhm.
you know that's not how that works, and you know it, and I know you know better than that. I know you
Come
know better.
on, Abby. I mean, it could have been possible if all these videos, all that proof, she could have been a lot of things. If she was smart enough to make sure she got on top of her shit, she could have been. She could have shut him down
It wasn't
a
no
long
on
time
top of
ago.
her shit. It was trying to escape with her life still intact.
So he was gonna kill her.
You think he wouldn't? You think he hasn't killed people before?
He killed Biggie.
Exactly. He put a bomb under that girl's car, boy, because the boy was talking to her. He put a bomb in the car under the car and blew up the car. What are you talking about? Like
Oh, who
it,
was that? Who was
it
that?
Kid Cudi. It's
Yeah.
it your reason is incongruent. It feels like every time we give you an answer, you move the goalposts about what the situation is, and that's just not fair, and that's never going to be fair. You either keep it in one spot or you just quit the field. You can't keep changing the goalposts for her just because you don't like how this situation was handled with her and you don't feel any sympathy for her. You can't keep doing it.
Now I'm joking. Did you just come at? I was smoking the reefer. Do you have the? Hold on, hold on.
Now we blowing the high, Jesus. Now we blowing the high. This is I blame this whole thing on Corey Holcomb. This is all Corey Holcomb's fault. He led us into this with Cam Newton and then into this conversation with Chris and P. Diddy.
Yes.
I
Wait,
blame
did you
Corey
just?
Holcomb. All of this is Corey Holcomb's fault.
Wait, I was smoking the reefer and you just chewed me up. As soon as I had my good inhale, you just chewed me up. I had to choke. I'm sorry, I was choking because you just went in on me. Hold on, pause. But that's who I blame too, because painted to the glass. Painted to the glass is what he said, and he is crazy. Okay, but um, yeah, I don't move the goalposts. I just I feel like people should be not about money at all when it comes to certain people, and when it comes to people who they say they love, right? And I feel like you should never even settle for money. Like it would have been like, look at Tina Turner, for instance. She didn't give a fuck about nothing. She just wanted her name. You know what I'm saying? Like she been through the worst. I don't want
So
the money. I don't want nothing. I just want just give me my name and leave me alone. You
okay,
know?
okay.
Like I don't want that, and I feel like that's genuine. Like fuck the money. It's not about the fame. I don't like just
So
leave me
because
alone.
so you have no empathy and sympathy for her because after the
It
statute
was
of
about money.
limitation, this is stop. After the statute of limitations for a criminal charge had passed and she was able to finally be able to tell her story and sue this man, she got money for her pain and suffering. So you don't feel like she should have any sympathy for the things that she went through.
I just feel like it was about money anyway. Period. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like her marriage wasn't going well. Her family wasn't kept the way it was normally because of Diddy, and she needed that break. But she better do something with it because 30 million ain't nothing.
If you think 30 million is the breadth and width of all the money that that girl has had years after all the things that she's been through and she's been working this whole time, you are sorely mistaken. It's a nice padding, it's a nice cushion, but by no means is that the only thing that she has.
No, I'm not saying the only thing she has come out from him. She may
I'm
have some shit stacked up from, of course, but 30 million,
and
not 100 million. Like, damn, like, not even give a million to each of my family.
yeah,
Like you
a
know,
million to her family for what? Her family
because
wasn't.
that's who she been taking care of it through his money.
What does that got to? Okay, that's it. We done.
You
That's
see, like take y'all, you've been taking care of them all this time. Like give them this, give them this, give them this, like so they don't have to take out of my money. You know what I'm saying? Like solidify something like order because off rip. Again, I've been taking care of them through the money that I've been getting from you. So give them some shit too. So you know, like it was just a lot. Like it just was. I feel like it was just about money. Like I feel like she should have solidified all that shit. You know, but again, if that video didn't get out, you know, would she have told? Or would she still be trying to hide in the closet because he said shut the fuck up? Would she still shut the fuck up? You know? It's like, come on, like I don't know, it's kinda weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. That's why okay, and let's be clear. You've given the best argument yet. I give you that, Abby. You've given the best argument yet, because since that situation with Cassie and Diddy, and nobody's argument's been as tough as yours. Because you made me even be like, well, maybe she deserves a little bit of teensy binksy bit, okay, of remorse. But again, I still be like, girl, like, come on now. Like you could have left. Like anybody could have left the situation. You could have been. I would have called police. I would have called the president. I would have said whatever. Like this nigga is like if I'm so violated. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going hard for me and mine. Like come on. Like I'm not gonna entertain it. Nothing. Like no. Regardless of who it is, what it is, how much money they got. I don't give a fuck how famous it is. It's even more. They shut you the fuck down. Leave me the fuck alone. That's how I see it. But everybody don't think that way because they be looking for money hungry. That's me. That's just how I think about it. Especially that situation. I just feel like, girl. Mm-mm. But on other news,
What's the other news, friend? And other news, uh,
who was your
who
favorite from Orlando?
I didn't have one.
Oh wow.
Honestly, I didn't have one. I didn't. I feel like I didn't get enough time with the cast. Like the 7 episodes wasn't enough for me
Yeah, I
to
think that was kind of dry. I thought that was dry too.
like. I
7.
feel
Like who does 7 episodes? The fuck? Jason? This ain't a spinoff.
I feel like I didn't get enough.
Mm,
Like I didn't get enough time with the children.
but I like Max. Honestly, Max is my favorite.
Max was a key. I like that he stood up for himself. I like that
Mhm.
he had on display all of his
It's Chase.
like all his thank you, Paul. I like that he had on display all of his little licenses. Like you wouldn't go tell him that he wasn't about his business and what he had going on. I did like that. I thought I would have more of an affinity for Remini than I did. Because I love a good drag queen. But it just didn't, I don't know. It just didn't curl over for me in regards to Remini. I don't think I had enough time with her. And then her, the way he moved throughout the season seemed so incongruent, and it didn't make sense to me. Like, why is you upset? Like, I understand the altercation with Devin and him calling your partner a colonizer, and that upsetting you. That I get wholeheartedly. I didn't understand the altercation between Remini and Chef Pablo. I didn't get the breadth and the breadth of that. And then he pull out a wig and then all is forgiven. Like what the flip floppy hell is going on? Like it didn't make sense to me. It just didn't make
Was it
sense.
all forgiven?
That's what at the end of the reunion. That's how it seemed like everybody was on kumbaya. So I guess
I don't know what Ebbie, you be at the reunions. Was Judy at this one?
I was not at the Orlando reunion.
Judy. I had to
I,
ask.
I think I was out of town that weekend. I was in Atlanta. I was in no, I was in Texas. I was in Texas for the Women Involved conference that weekend. So I wasn't
Mhm.
I wasn't in Orlando. And we missed we were in Turks and Caicos for the Dallas reunion, so we missed the last Dallas reunion. So whoever come next, please. I told Markel, just go ahead and tell me when I need to go and get my ticket so I can be at the next reunion.
Mhm. See? There she go. Already prepared. Send some out. Send some out. Send some out.
That's not. That's we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're absolutely not gonna do that, friend. We're not gonna do that.
Okay, so listen. What you think about Cali Boy? I was gonna say the loud one, but I thought of his name. It came to me. It came to me.
I feel like they kind of gave him too much at the beginning. Like I felt like, oh, the people was like, oh, he's always loud and do 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 and all this other stuff. And I didn't feel like he was loud all the time. I didn't feel like he was doing well. He did do a little too much at that first episode at that table at the end with Max. But other than that, I didn't feel like he earned the reputation to be, oh, he's always loud, he's always doing too much, he's always extra. It didn't give me that. That I didn't get that impression from him. He seemed like a genuine young man and who had been through some things, and he had been pulled back from the brink and hitting rock bottom, and he's making his way. Um, and getting back to normal after everything that he's been through. I like him personally.
Yeah, I can say that. At first, he was coming off just a bit much for me, but I can say towards the end, I can be like, okay, he's not as bad as he came off was in the beginning.
Hmm.
'Cause he was a bit much, but I mean, I just feel like the conversation with him and Max was just a lot. Like, and I feel like it got drawn out. And I feel like for him to be OD and to walk into a situation and then just start going off like he was a bit much for me. Like, get the whole conversation at first, and he was going sick. So
Hmm.
with that being said, that threw me for a loop, and that started out like, oh, he is just doing too much. But towards the end,
Well,
I'm not gonna say
that's how
like,
we felt. He had the same kind of introduction that the official King Payne did on the first season of
dang,
Chasing LA, where he got into an altercation on the first episode with somebody. To me, it seemed unnecessary and pointless. But you know, it is what
but
it is.
see, but that one in King Payne though, King Payne situation, it wasn't warranted. Like, you know,
Hmm.
it wasn't warranted. This one situation, it like
It also was not warranted. That situation that happened between Max and Cali Boy wasn't warranted either. There was no
right, but
reason for that.
but 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 Cali Boy was the drama. Max wasn't. You see what I'm saying? Max was the King Payne in the situation.
No, Max was the Alicia and stood up and hollered on everybody after she got a text. Like I feel like no, Cali Boy was definitely the official kingpin of the situation. You went to provoke this boy, I guess, because you thought you could check him about whatever it is that they got going on, or they didn't know that Max was going to turn into Alicia and stand up on the table and start hollering and blasting, and then that's how it took off from there. That's how it came
I gotta go
across.
back and watch that again. Now you got me thinking, like, wait, what did I miss? Because I thought
Because
it was,
Max was having a conversation. Thank you, D. Max was having a conversation with someone else, and then that baby inserted himself into the conversation.
out of nowhere. Right.
Nobody was talking. Hey, love, nobody was talking to you.
He wasn't even in the room.
Exactly.
He entered the room and then was like, so what's wrong in Florida? What's wrong in Orlando?
Right.
And all he was saying was, I'm just not from here.
Right. And I don't understand why that would trigger you for you saying I'm not from here.
Right.
And did he ask who are you and what do you do? Which is again what normal people do in conversations and in rooms with people they don't know is to ask them, "Hi, my name is such and such. What's your
Right.
name or what do you do or whatever." That's the normal way conversations go. And to be offended that somebody asks you, "Who are you and what do you do?" I ain't never gonna understand that. I don't care how many times that because this scenario has been done over and over and over and over again, all over the chasing reality franchises where somebody new is introduced to the group and they're asked, "Oh, who are you or what do you do?" And the person gets offended that you ask basic conversational questions. Like,
Right.
nigga, have you never been in a conversation with a stranger before?
And I still don't know your name.
because you refused to answer it because you got so damn high and mighty about your situation.
Ooh, Max ate that.
Because why is you giving me all of this fever? And I'm a stranger to you and I don't know you. And hey, hi, my name is such and such. Who are you and what do you do? Blah blah blah. That's just a normal flow of conversation. Why are you offended by the normal flow of conversation? By just general questions. It's not he not asking you, well, how do you like to get down? Are you a top? Are you a bottom? How long is your dick? He said, hi, how are you? Who are you? And what do you do?
And I still don't know your name.
You know what? We're not gonna continue to do that. We're not gonna continue to do that.
Okay. He ate that. Okay. So, okay. So, what you think about that fight?
What where Marley's braids ended up scattered across the
Was they braids or dreads?
there was his dreads. That was scattered ended up scattered across the balcony. I think don't jump in people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about you trying to calm somebody down. You don't know me well enough to calm me down. We are not on that type of level. Please do not get in my face when I'm already in a heightened situation because it's gonna make me feel like I have to go into my fight or flight and then I might have to fight you.
In the words of my ex good girlfriend, we just met each other. Good Hershey liqueur.
Hmm. We we just met each other. Why is it all this it about? First of all, why are you in my face? Why is you standing over? Why is your big tall lanky self standing over me screaming in my face for me to calm down? You don't even know me well enough to call me by my first name. What you need to
No.
do is remove yourself from the situation and mind your business. The other people had already calmed it down. Now why you thought to bring your goody two shoe ass to bring it over here to bring it to my face for no good damn reason? I don't understand. It's not what the tag in situation for you to, oh, it's time for me to tag in and try and get me a moment and then try and scream on me and yell at me in my face and then don't
Mhm.
and then when I hit you with the circle, the square, and the X and knock the Mario coins out your behind, then now you
Come
looking at
on,
me like I'm
Mario.
crazy.
Mhm. Mario coins and marshmallow. Mushrooms. The 7 Up mushroom, okay?
Listen,
On my soul. Mm-hmm.
listen.
Because he did that.
They
Max, look.
people gonna learn. People gonna learn.
Abby,
They're gonna learn.
I think it's the time of the villain, Abby. No funny shit. I think it's the
No.
time of the villain. Yeah.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. Well, it
Uh,
doesn't matter because
other than
somebody. You always gonna be the villain in somebody's story, whether you're the actual villain or not. You could just be minding your business and still end up being the villain in somebody's story. So
be me.
it is what it is. It is.
Story of my life. But I just feel like nowadays I feel like I don't know. Have you seen House of Villains?
I haven't watched it this season. I only saw that
Oh,
clip where New York told that good lady, she said, I've always trusted you for your hairline. And that was enough for me to go lay down for a couple hours because I can't play with her like that. So
I'm telling you, that show is hilarious. It is hilarious.
listen, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it. Okay, this is how I know. Okay, it is now 11:04. I got church in the morning.
Oh, bless the Lord.
Absolutely. Uh, I want to thank everybody who came by to say hey, for everybody who sent me a cash app or came in and gave me a birthday blessing. I do thank you and I appreciate all of y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to read Rico's book and give it a decent review and full review without all the extra stuff that I got going on for my birthday. So we'll be back sometime tomorrow afternoon once I get home from church practice, family birthday shenanigans. We'll be back and we're gonna read Rico's book and
Wait,
see
that's what
where
you
we
was
get
reading
to.
earlier?
I started it and then I stopped and I was like, wait, let me give it its own video so that we give him his due. Because
Yeah.
just like Ted Lee got his own video, we gonna give Rico his own video with a read along. So that's what we gonna do.
Oh, so you read Telly whole book?
Ted, yeah, I went on live. There's a live where I read Ted Lee's whole book.
On a
Live.
one live?
Uh-huh.
Oh, is that short?
Yes. And Rico's book is only 33 pages. So it's if I can
Oh,
read
it's a
Tedley,
child's book.
yeah, the entire book front to cover, from cover to
No,
cover.
Rico's book is a child's book, but Telly's book is what kind of book is that?
It's like a autobiography.
Oh.
Hmm. It's different vignettes and stories about his life.
Oh.
Hmm. But yeah, if you go to my channel, it's on there. It's one of the lives on there, and we read Tedley's whole book. It was all the grammatical errors that he has said has since been corrected, and all of the good things. So yeah, we had a good time with that. But again, I got to get off of here. Uh,
Thank you for having me.
no problem, honey. Thank you for coming up. It was good to have the conversation with you, even though we just going to agree to disagree.
Listen, but it just be conversation. It be dialogue. Sometimes I like to just go against the grain. Fuck it. I'll be the negative force.
Eh, I
It
appreciate
brings out the
that.
positive in you. Thank
Exactly.
you.
And you're allowed to have your opinion as wrong as it is. Amen. Amen.
Love her.
All right, y'all. We go get out of here. Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all, I love y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow to read that child's book. Child, baby. Bye, y'all.